to sing a song for the broken hearted. Yeah. Hey, David, what's up? How you doing?
AP is back from Germany, so we're live. And post. All right, we're done.
Yeah, David, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, German AP?
Oh, gut, sehr, sehr gut.
Had some good sauerkraut recently, huh? It's good. It's good bratwurst.
Yeah.
Bratwurst and sauerkraut.
Yeah. Guten Tag, everyone. Hello and very welcome to the most watched show on the planet. And how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic little day. I'm a little bit confused because I'm just I traveled a lot and I went from flight to flight and drive to drive and came back and then arrived at home and immediately fell asleep, sitting on the couch. Next day I woke up and I'm still very, very confused and kind of have this whole jet lag and also disorientation thing. I went through quite a bit of a trip when I was in Germany. I don't know if you saw some of the things. I shared only some of the information. I didn't even publish any of the footage yet, but I need to get to that as well. It was kind of funny going to a protest and then being detained by the police. So I had an interesting time here in Berlin, and things went a little bit strange. David, how are you? How have you been doing?
People saying AP is the new D Wood, and they're asking for your mug shot. So now you've got street cred because you've been living that thug life. But yeah, eating nothing but sauerkraut and beer for a week will have that effect on you. You come back and be all messed up.
West Berlin. So it was kind of weird. I missed people. Grace Beyond Border said, "Hey there, AP, missed you online." I did too. Very, 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 very interesting. I did miss going live and doing stuff online. I was extremely busy though, so it was a very productive trip and a very good trip. And so that made me feel very, very happy about it. It was very exhausting, but I don't know. I feel so alive when I'm out there doing something. I feel so much more alive. And I didn't even talk about it. Before leaving, I set up a fundraiser here. After David telling me for months to set up a fundraiser and me saying, yeah, I guess I'll do it tonight, and then never doing it. And people telling me set up a fundraiser and never doing it. The whole thing happened, which I will get back to as well. The whole issue with Salwan Mika happened. I needed to go on a trip, decided to quickly put up a GoFundMe, publish a video, thought it would be good if I have a little bit of support here, needed right now with the family and everything. And suddenly I was left speechless. I set up the GoFundMe. I set a goal of $30,000. It went up to $105,000. So by now, it reached the goal of $30,000 within like 1 hour or so.
So thank you, Central Dawa, for that amazing contribution. Central Dawa begging for nickels over on TikTok. Meanwhile, he threatens AP. You and I were talking right before you, like the night before you left, and you were mentioning how security would be an issue and stuff like that might be an issue, and how you have concerns about your family and stuff like that. Like, dude, what the heck, man? What the heck? Why are you not doing this? And then you finally did it. And then you sounded like, I don't know if anyone's going to contribute, man. I don't know if anyone cares. And then right when you said you posted it, I messaged you and I said, now you get to find out how much people love you.
Yeah.
Would have been hilarious if no one contributed anything right after I said, now you get to find out how much people love you.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't even have the moment to sit here and actually acknowledge it and thank people. I sent out messages and all that. I was traveling the entire time and just looking at how things are going, and I was blown away. I mean, to everyone who contributed, to everyone who decided to help, to everyone who just shared it, whatever it is. I am so thankful and so grateful. It's I couldn't believe it when it first happened. So I put it out here, and I put the goal of 30,000 out here, and I thought it would be good if at least are met or so, and then it went up to 105,000 right now. I am seriously still kind of surprised by this. I have received so much support beyond this as part of this. So many messages from people who sent their support, who separately contacted me and offered so many different things. People saying, I have this place and that place. If you need a place to go, if you need some safety, if you need somebody around, and so on. Had serious people contact me. Had some serious people contact me as well, offering their support. I don't know. I'm still kind of. I just put this out here and then left. It came back. Everything has been kind of surreal since then. I'm still kind of just now sitting here and processing this. So I'm so thankful and grateful for the help. And I have already put lots of this. I ordered a new computer. Finally, David's going to be very happy.
Yes, everyone will. That thing better be tricked out too, man. That better be the computer of all computers.
I ordered a massive one. The thing is, when you asked me recently how old my computer is, I said I don't know. I've probably got it a few years ago. I checked, and apparently it's 5 years ago. So I didn't even realize
that is way too old. People don't realize. I found out from experience over time, like the stuff we do, like video editing and live streaming, and then just in general, because what we do is all online. We're using them all the time. The computers don't last as long because we're constantly like burning them up, right? So it's like if you get a new car, but you drive it 16 hours a day, it's not going to last as long. But anyway, yeah, we burn up equipment, and then we're not like I got this last year, but I got a totally tricked out Mac Studio. It was like $13,000, which was way more than I could afford. But I was like, because I'm always thinking, I'm like, okay, this is massively overpowered for what I'm doing right now. But I'm always thinking like, okay, 2 years from now, what if I want 5 cameras plugged into this thing because, to be recording multiple camera angles for multiple people here. So it's like, it's good having something tricked out, because then when you upgrade, your computer's already ready for it.
Yeah. And back then I got one that was that wasn't really that great. I just got one that I thought would be good for editing and stuff. And then I realized and learned over time that editing and production is actually something that is extremely tiring and extremely wearing and exhausting on computers, more so even than gaming, on a different level apparently. So I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know any of that stuff. But I made sure to order a proper computer to set it up and to have for a long term, so that I don't have to get back and do that ever again. I started establishing some proper security measures, and also hiring people. So I'm going to put this into really, really, really good stuff. I'm in the process of actually working with an assistant to set up more productive stuff, interviews with other people. I recorded lots of stuff when I was in Berlin. Gonna have some of that production here
In German?
No, not only in German, also in English. Lots of stuff in English and also in German.
Like to see I'd like to see a German interview. You're like, and then and you guys are both like chowing down on bratwurst the entire time.
The funny thing is, this whole trip was set up initially because former Canadian ambassador to Israel, Vivian Berkovici, I was talking to her. She's a very cool person. I was talking to her, and she said to me while we were chatting, "Hey, I want to go to Germany to interview this one woman who goes on those protests and holds up 'rape is not resistance' signs. Her name is Caroline Preisler, but I can't speak any German." And I was like, "I'll come with you." And she's like, "Really?" "Yeah." Okay, let's do it. That's how it happened. That's all. That's all it took. We suddenly spontaneously arranged a trip to Germany. I made contact with politicians in Germany. Already, all I secured an interview with a high-ranking politician from the AfD, Beatrix von Storch. She's one of the major leader AfD figures.
I don't want to correct you because you're Turkish, but it's AfD.
Oh yeah, AfD. Sorry, excuse me. Interviewed a bunch of people from the AfD and also other people, other activists. Irfan Pitsi, Feroz Khan, for those who are from Germany, or who know German activists. And
Hey.
what?
I'm sorry, but I automatically, whenever I hear something, I automatically think of the insult. That's why I'm good with baby names, right? Because like Marie will be proposing baby names for our kids, and I'm like, nope, people will call him this. Nope, people will call him that. Then I have to get called to the principal's office because my kid beat up someone for calling him a name. So I'm like, and then eventually we get to a name, and I'm like, yep, no way to make fun of that. Let's go with that one. But as soon as we said AfD, I thought, hey, what would I be chanting if I were against them? And I was thinking, and then it just instantly popped into my head. AfD is sehr gay, right? wouldn't that be perfect?
Yeah, that's a very, very good one. It's a very good one.
It's witty too.
It's very
witty,
mature. Very
witty,
mature.
and it rhymes. Witty and it
Very
rhymes. Okay,
mature.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your story about all the people you're meeting, but I just want to know for all you opponents of the AfD, I came up with your slogan for you.
Very mature, David. So, so there I was. I booked a studio to go and record with Caroline Preisler, and she can barely speak English. She's like she speaks English with a very, very extremely German accent. But I was heading toward them to meet them, and I have this whole thing. When I travel, I want to travel extra lightly. I don't want to pack anything that I don't consider absolutely necessary. And some might not believe it. People were kind of surprised, but so on this trip to Germany, where the weather was extremely cold, I didn't even get a coat. I didn't even pack a coat. I just packed a sweater, and that's it. That's how I went there. So I was walking around in the coldest night without a coat, just with a sweater over me.
He didn't even bring underwear, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the funny thing about underwear is,
travel light.
I'm walking toward Caroline Preisler, and she's like, she looks at me late at night, very cold. They're like, and I'm walking there with a sweater, and she looks at me and she's like, "What are you doing? You're walking around in your underwear." So,
what are you doing? Butt naked.
That's kind of stuck in my head. But here is this is actually the protest video where I was. This was a
Who's
very
recording?
funny.
Is this you recording?
This is me recording, and I was also speaking into my microphone. I didn't combine the sounds. This is kind of raw footage. Here's Vivian. We're walking.
You didn't tell me you're at a pro-Palestine, speaking at a pro-Palestine rally, man. That's rough. I thought you were on the other side.
This is Caroline. So she always has this thing. She just stands there with a sign in her hand at the protests, and it drives them crazy. It drives them nuts. There were so many people with her just standing there, going to her and just trying to take her signs away, shouting at her, cussing at her in the most brutal ways, spitting at her, and so on. And all she is doing, she's not even saying anything. All she's doing is just standing there. Just standing there. It's amazing. Believe Israeli women. And here we have pro-rape protesters, pro-terrorism protesters, pro-rape protesters, pro-Hamas protesters. So here, as you can probably hear, I just said here we have pro-Hamas protesters. This guy here in the red, standing right in front of me, heard that. And immediately turned around. You can't see it on camera, but he turned around immediately. He was like, "What did you say?" And then he immediately heads over to a police officer standing there and wants them to remove me from here, saying that I called them all Hamas and I insulted them and attacked them. Look at these Islamists. Look at this guy. Look at these people. And this police officer is like, he's just trying to push him away here.
Anzeige. Ich habe dich gehört, du hast gesagt, Hamas-Protest. Ich möchte dich anzeigen. Ich habe dich aufgenommen.
He says, I heard you. You said Hamas protest. I'm like, that's not what I said. I mean, I didn't say it's a Hamas protest. I said it's a pro-Hamas protest.
Wait, isn't it amazing that there's always, like, 100% of the time, whatever the situation is, there's the goal of them being able to do whatever they want, and everyone else has to keep their mouth shut about it. I mean, think about this. It's we get to scream against Israel and scream for pro-terrorist causes 24/7. And if you say one word that is remotely critical, it's, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Help, police, help.
Help, we're being oppressed. Help, we're being oppressed.
Help me, please help me.
Nein, ich hab dich gar nicht sagen. Ich hab dich doch gehört. Ich muss dir gar nichts zeigen.
Then he comes to me and he's like, show me your footage, show me your camera. I'm like, no, I'm not showing you anything.
Ich muss dich nur aber er hat das
Dude, you're supposed to say, I can't show you the footage, but I will show you these nuts.
Okay.
I travel light and don't bring underwear.
So as you can see,
who are pro-terrorism, who are pro-rape, who are pro-Hamas.
I'm still saying it right there. The funny thing is, so this guy is acting like me saying that this is a pro-Hamas rally and pro-terrorism rally and pro-rape rally is an insult, and I'm not allowed to say that, and he can therefore complain against me that I should be removed. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. There is a thing in Germany that I cannot personally directly insult or threaten someone or attack somebody. They can make a complaint about me over that, but there is no such rule that I can't describe a collective, a rally, a cause as pro-Hamas or pro-rape or pro-terrorism. It is a pro-terrorism, it is a pro-rape, it is a pro-Hamas rally. And it's also a very pathetic one, which I also pointed out earlier in the video here. There are just like there were more police officers than protesters here.
Yeah, that's pretty weak. I mean, we've seen like tens of thousands of people marching through streets, screaming and stuff like this.
And then there is this kid here. He comes here. He was the first one who actually started fighting with me. And then what I did was he was saying F Israel or something like that. And so I just unzipped my shirt. Yeah. I just unzipped my shirt. I did it first here, and then I think I showed it to him directly. And then he went really mad. Oh, man. But these are not things I'm not allowed to do, you know? I mean, screw these people. Then they started harassing me, being around me, coming toward me. At some point, there were police officers getting closer and closer to me. You can't see them on camera. I didn't point the camera at them, but they were getting closer and closer. And then the police officer came to me and said, please turn off the camera for a second. You have to come with me.
That's when you're supposed to say, oh yeah, I can remember another German who said, turn your camera off and come with me.
Yeah.
Then he invaded Poland. That's what you're supposed to say.
Exactly. What I learned after this is that when he told me to please turn off my camera, I didn't actually have to turn off my camera. He could have, however, if I refuse to obey, they could detain me temporarily for obstructing whatever, the process or something like that. But normally it is not legally required for me to comply with their demand to turn off my camera. I can simply keep it on. I, however, just wanted to make things simple, didn't want to cause any problems here, so I just did as they wish. I still had my microphone here on, though, so I kind of audio recorded the whole thing. It's all there. I want to put this together and publish it later. But what they did is, they pulled me aside, and they said, you have to come with me over there to the police vehicles. There is a complaint against you that you personally insulted and attacked certain people here. And I'm like, what?
Bunch of lying crybabies.
That never
100% of the time. Lying.
That never
crybabies.
happened. Who complained? And they're like, you just have to come with us. We have to investigate this. We just have to take your statement, and this is just what we do with everyone. It's like this is normal procedure. I'm like, okay, I didn't say anything. Okay, yes, you can explain this to us. And then I was walking with them. Then I thought to myself, wait a minute. Wait, if they can just say that I attacked them, and you therefore have to detain me temporarily and have to take a statement from me, does this mean that I can also just accuse them of insulting and attacking me? Will you then also have to detain them and take a statement from them? And the police officer is like, yeah, technically, yes. And then I'm like, okay, I want to make a complaint.
Hey, that's when you should be like, that guy over there, he tried to touch my weenie. he tried to touch my bratwurst, yeah.
And the police officer is like, are you sure you want to make a complaint? I'm like, yes, I can even show you the video. I have it right here. I have it recorded right here. I can show it to you right here. So he's like, okay, can you give me a rough description of the person you want to accuse? And I'm like, I don't have to give you a rough description. It's like here on camera. So I just pointed at a random one of these people who was engaging with me the most. And that happened to be this guy here. Where is that? That happened to be this little guy here.
AP.
What?
And the next time you do
this guy here.
So that guy, like that dude, right? Like the next time you're doing this, see, these are the things you got to learn, right? And so now you know that these guys will run to the police and they'll have to take your statement and stuff, right? So what you do is every time you point a camera at one of these guys and he's close, you point the camera at him and he starts saying something, then like sort of jump back with the camera and go, whoa, he tried to touch my vena, right? And you won't show it, but you'll have kind of video evidence. Oh my goodness, right?
Oh my goodness. So the police went over to this guy and told him that they have to detain him. This guy, of course, a complete idiot, started resisting. What happened next is that the police started getting violent with him because he is resisting arrest. So they started getting violent with him and violently arresting him. And in fact, it was also shared. And this is very, very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very, 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 very interesting. I experienced directly here firsthand exactly what they do with children in the Gaza Strip and in the West Bank. Exactly here. It turns out that this guy here is actually allegedly 16 years old. And it turns out that he apparently has a mental problem and he can't contain himself. So he starts shouting stuff at them. They use him to attack and provoke people. And then when he gets in trouble, when police starts detaining him, he resists and they beat him up, and they then record it and put it on the internet as police harassing and mistreating a child during a pro-Palestine rally because they are oppressing him. That's what they make it about. In fact, it started going around. Here it is. Berlin police assaulted a 16-year-old boy during a solidarity stand with Palestine. This happened after.
Wait, hold on. You're the one who got that kid in trouble?
Yes.
What the heck, man?
So I pointed at this guy. They went over to detain him. He then resisted and started shouting at them and kind of hitting back at them and so on, because apparently he can do it. And then they start hitting him, and one of the officers actually punches him in the face.
Sehen Sie das? Gewalt, wie Sie sehen, das Gewalt. Und Sie lassen mich nicht das aufnehmen.
So this is the arrest here.
Now we know what makes AP happy, causing causing chaos like this. Hey, when you're talking about them using certain young people like that, I've seen that before in Germany. Isn't there like a famous one, like some young dude who looks like massively inbred that kept appearing in like tons of videos of the protests in Germany? I remember some. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so they took some young guy who's the product of at least 100 generations of first cousin, if not sister marriage, and every time there's a protest, he's out there getting beat up by police, and it's getting posted all over the place. Look, they're beating up this kid.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Hey Junge! Hör auf jetzt! Sehen Sie das?
Did you see that punch in the face? I also talked to somebody who works closely with the police after this event, and was like, I explained what happened, and they said it's no surprise. By the way, the police was amazing. They were so to me they were so good. They were very nice to me. They were extremely helpful to me. I was also very I complied with everything. I did whatever they said, gave my statement, and so on. The police was very good to me, and in fact, when they were letting me go, or they also saw, of course, that when I complained about these guys, and these guys became incredibly problematic, they also started gathering in threatening ways around the police, and I think I might have some audio recordings, but this kid and others started shouting like anti-German things, anti-police statements, anti-Israel, and also directly anti-Jewish statements. I heard this kid with others shouting things like Scheiß Juden, which means, shit Jews, and also calling Jews child molesters, calling Jews murderers, and so on, things like that. And I'm standing there with the police officer. I'm like, do you hear this? Isn't this directly illegal as hate speech? And the police is like, I can't comment on anything at this moment. But anyway, so after all of this contrast, the police actually came to me and said, like, the police officer in charge who took my statement and everything came to me and with a smile on his face said, I thank you and I hereby declare you released. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Cool. So they were very nice to me.
Yeah, you could have gone about that very differently. As soon as they started like, hey, we have a report about you, you could have been like, why? Because I'm Turkish? Are you racist against Turkish people? Look, he's oppressing me because I'm Turkish. Look at these Nazis. These Nazis hate the Turks.
That might work with the British police. It doesn't work with the German police, unfortunately.
Well, what's funny is it would have made you famous among Turks, right? Look, they're jealous of us because we're Turks and they know we're superior to them. You'd be like the new hero of Turkey. They'd probably make you the new prime minister.
Yeah. So they took him away, and it was an interesting.
Hey, dude, you mentioned the parallel with Gaza and so on. But I mean, think about this, right? What did he do? He stirred things up and got a reaction from the police, and then they post the footage to show, you see, they're being oppressed. But exact same MO. They'll send little kids to throw rocks at Israeli soldiers and so on until the IDF like snatches up the kids, and then they all record it going, look, they're coming after little children.
Apparently, this kid is famous. There are multiple videos of him just at different protests or different events harassing people. This is the same kid just going into a Starbucks and jumping around with a flag and so on. So apparently, this guy is famous for doing that and for just doing provocative garbage against random people and so on. That's what they do. They play the victim, they provoke, then they get beat up, and they're like, oh, look at this, we're being oppressed. Why is this happening to us? Why are they oppressing us, man? Why is this happening?
And it's weird. It's built into Islam. That was my first interaction with Muslims in prison. was they started messing with one of the Christians, and I messed with them, and then they complained to the administration about me, and I'm harassing them and insulting them and so on. It's like, what the heck? You guys gather around and act like you're going to beat up anyone who hurts your feelings, and the moment I say, okay, do it to me, then they run and complain to the freaking warden.
Powerful.
Crybabies.
Wicked Wizard said, good to see you again, AP. Good to see you. Good to see you. Exactly, said Jewish ex-spy in the chat. Lady Gaza. What? Who said Lady Gaza?
Get those Jews. They're gonna get those Jews. Lady Gaza.
Lady Gaza. That was a good takedown. It was indeed. 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 Based TP. Powerful. Very based. Very, very based. I need to publish that footage, make it public. Let me get a few super chats here. And then I want to talk about Piers again. Ayatollah Khamenei, breaking news from IRGC HQ. AP not missed at all. They call me Tim, said, How do we know it's not actually and not
It's AP's song, so we all know it's
Yes. Sarah. Hey, what's up, Sarah? Black neo-Nazis are the rights, queer for Palestine. Queers for Palestine.
Hey, dude. Dude, when you just got asked, how do we know it's how do we know it's not instead of and it's like it's AP's song. Right before we started, I saw this little clip of Howard Stern talking to Paul McCartney of the Beatles. And Howard Stern says, of course, when we ask about the when we talk about the breakup of the Beatles, some people say one thing, someone say everyone has a different theory, and there's just no way of knowing. And he's sitting in front of Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney goes, well, I was there. It's like, but it's hilarious. It's Howard Stern talking to a Beatle saying no one really knows why the Beatles broke up. But that's the same thing with this. No one knows what the lyrics are.
Nobody knows.
You got the guy who had who made this. Anyway. Actually, you stole it and edited it, but you know.
That's true.
Edited it, so you know.
I didn't want to say it, but you had to call me out again. So, David, what's up with you fighting with atheists, man? What's up with you fighting with atheists? I saw that you posted this and you were like calling out atheists. So I had to join in on the fun, and then people started fighting with me.
No, it's just I just decided since there's going to be some atheist debates coming up, I decided to mess with atheists to get them sort of riled up before debates happen and so on.
Powerful.
It's always better to mess with people and get everyone riled up, and then more people pay attention.
That's true. Happy belated birthday, said Jingoistic. Thank you. It was actually my birthday a few days ago. The thing is, I never pay attention to my birthday. If somebody doesn't tell me, if somebody doesn't remind me that it's my birthday, I don't even think about it. It might have to do with the fact that celebrating birthdays wasn't allowed in my household as growing up. So
is that a Turkish thing or a German thing? Like I lived in Greece, and they don't celebrate birthdays. They celebrate name days.
Oh yeah. Huh. Yeah, no, it was just a Muslim and Turkish thing. So yeah. We wasn't doing that.
You celebrate a birthday, you're basically worshipping your birth. It would be haram.
And you're doing what the kuffar do.
Acting like the kuffar. There's no fun in Islam, no cake.
Talmudic Tunnels Construction AP is 69. Yeah, thank you. That's my age. For those wondering, I'm 69 years old. Yeah. It is February 8th. That's when I turned 69. Happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, brave patriotics. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I spent my birthday in Germany, where I celebrated my 69th birthday. Knew it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Talmudic Tunnels. Stefan Thomas, hope the AFD didn't mishandle you. The AFD was kind of cool to me. They were very nice to me. Very, very nice to me.
It would have been. Hey, it would have been funny if you showed up to the AFD to the AFD thing, and they were like, "Get out of here, Auslander!" Right? And they all started singing "Auslander Rose, Auslander Rose."
That's a very, very controversial song.
I'm just saying that would have been funny. You've been all traumatized.
It's a very controversial song. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I have some footage with AfD. I'll publish that sometime. Sarah F. AP goes to Germany. Alles sofort fliegt nach Ungarn. You see. Yeah. I had there were some chances for me to even meet and have an interview with Alice Weidel, the leader of the AfD, but it didn't happen this time. The response was basically that she is so freaking busy right now with elections. The elections are
I mean,
upcoming.
this seems like the time when people are getting almost no sleep and working round the clock for every last vote.
In Germany, elections are upcoming. On the 23rd, there will be elections, and these are quick. These are elections that are going to have a huge impact on German politics. Polls show that the AfD is like racing with the CDU, which is the Conservative Christian Party, which is only Christian conservative by name by now. And the AfD is basically kind of like threatening to take over. So they have to kind of get together and make a coalition with the AfD, which was described as a far right party, but which is basically just Germans reacting to being ignored for decades. That's what it is, literally. AP, why'd you go to Germany?
Hey, we pointed out 11 million times. The longer you do that, the longer you tell people to go screw themselves, the bigger the reaction when it finally happens. And it's like, you guys kind of bring this stuff on yourselves when you do this. You tell people to shut up for years when they're getting madder and madder and madder and madder. And then by the time it happens.
Ja. Sehr, sehr richtig. Ayatollah Khamenei, AP, why'd you go to Germany? Some kind of secret underground Kanye party? Yes, I went there to celebrate with. Did you see the garbage that Kanye West posted over the last week?
Oh yeah, it didn't last long, but yep. Kanye.
Küss Hand. This has become a meme. Turks have this tradition of kissing the hands of the elder. So apparently it lately became a meme in Germany to mock that by saying Handküssen, which is like kissing hand. Kind of funny. What's the tastiest version of Quran you would recommend I obtain? I would say go with cherry taste. Spaceman, AP, you're alive. Yusuf Ali. You both have to invest in pages to make sure y'all are safe. Powerful. Somebody recently gave me this advice and said, hey, don't buy Qurans. Just print out a bunch of Quran pages with your own printer and then do stuff with it, so you don't give money to those people. And I thought, you know what, that's actually kind of a good idea. So, Christian theology and apologetics said might want to invest in a bulletproof vest. I don't need a bulletproof vest. I don't know.
I don't think I'm allowed. I don't think convicted felons are allowed to have bulletproof gear. So what I have instead is my Quran shirt. That works just better.
I understand that you would not be allowed to have a gun, but why would you not be allowed to have a vest?
Yeah, it's kind of messed up because it's like, oh, we can't allow you to have a gun to defend yourself, and we can't allow you to have a bulletproof vest to at least stop them from murdering you.
That's very, very strange. Very strange, I have to say. Some said glad the community showed how much you are appreciated, AP. Same with David Wood. I'd donate to his GoFundMe too if he made one.
Oh, people have kicked into several GoFundMes I've had over the years. So everything I've ever needed, when I said I needed it, people have covered. So yep, people are cool.
Yeah. I didn't expect that people would show this much support, so I haven't really thought about what to say and what to do. I need to get back on this. But once again, I want to thank everyone so much.
You should go to the bank and get like thousands of dollars in cash and just make a little video thanking Central Dawa and just have it raining cash on you the entire time.
Somebody said,
I'm saying that because it does actually enrage them. It's like when hijab tried to get us gave people instructions on how to get us shut down from like Patreon and all that stuff, and then it didn't work, and it made more people support us and stuff. And I was making all those videos where I like had on a gold hat and it was having wads of cash, and then I was like going around to everyone else's live streams, dropping 500s on them and saying, "Hey, this is from Muhammad Hijab" and stuff like that. It freaking enrages them when. And dude, I remember Jordan Peterson said the exact same thing. He said, what would happen is I would show up to a school and all these protesters would shout me down the entire time. Like they just shout me down so no one could hear what I was saying. But I would post that video and I would get tens of thousands of dollars in support for people who are like, wow, respect for you being there and stuff. And he goes, and then I would start telling them, like throwing into their faces, like, hey guys, every time you shout me down, it enriches me. I get piles of money every time you do it. And he says, and they never figured out what to do because I had monetized their rage. And so we know it has the same effect on like, oh, I'll kill you. This is why, guys, whoever it is, especially the ex-Muslim community. So that's AP, that's Harris Sultan, that's Abdullah Samir, Infidel Noodle, Nuria, any of the ex-Muslims, when you see someone threaten them, if you just make it known, I'm supporting this person financially now. That really ticks them off.
look at this. This guy is such an idiot. He is the reason why this whole thing blew up. And here's his response. I think it was Jai who sent me this. If this just...
I asked people to join my Discord server. AP goes live, says he needs money and raises 30,000 in 1 hour.
They put up not 30 but 68. Oh.
What he actually does is he actually has an overpriced entry of into his Discord server to learn about Islam, where he charges people lots of money to join his Discord server and then learn about Islam, where apparently also some really, really dirty things are happening, as people say.
What's wrong with y'all, bro?
What's wrong with y'all, bro?
In a server where they're gonna get... What's wrong with y'all? I'm asking people to join the server where they're going to get knowledge from it. But AP asks for 30K and it's nothing. It's no issue.
You got it.
You Christians are such hypocrites. It's not even funny.
Wait, Christians? Did he say Christians? Did he just say Christians? Dude. What planet? Okay, I'm going to solve this mystery for you, Central Dawa. I'm going to solve this mystery for you. One, tons of people love AP. They love the fact that he's under multiple death sentences for criticizing Islam and for being an ex-Muslim. They love the fact that instead of running and hiding like you want, he actually takes a bold stand, and they are happy to support him. And there are people around the world who are fed up with you and your religion and are glad to support those who, because not everyone can go and do, most people can't do what AP is doing, but he can. So other people who can't do it are all too happy to help him do it. And when they find out that dopes like you, Central Dawa, are threatening him, and he says, hey, I'd like security for my family, there are tons of people around the world who would love for his family to be secure from wannabe jihadis like you, just in case one of you ever has the testicular fortitude to try and carry out your plans. As far as you having to beg for nickels, it's because you suck. Right? If you're a popular enough da'i, you can become very wealthy. There are plenty of guys, plenty of grifters. Look at Lily J. Lily J is being showered with money. And so she's good to go. She's good to go. Why? She's got a ton of people watching her. You don't, Central, because, well, you just suck, dude. You just suck. So you're a grifter who can't grift because you suck at grifting. And then you're moaning and wailing, and your conclusion is Christians are hypocrites. What the heck is wrong with you, dude? You don't have what it takes to be effective at anything you want to do. So get used to it. The only thing you've ever succeeded in, Central Dawa, the only thing you've ever succeeded in your entire life is getting AP a big pile of money. That's what you do. That is your big claim to fame. So keep in mind, Central Dawa, other people are looking at this. Your 7 fans that you've got are all looking at this going, huh, Central Dawa asks us to support him, but all he ever does is enrich the enemies of Islam. Huh. Do we want to keep supporting this lunatic who threatens people and makes and gets them piles of money? Do we want to do it? No, we don't. And so you're screwed, man. You suck. Go get a regular job. You're not cut out for this.
It's funny. The top comment here says he still doesn't get it.
Look at this. The pain in his face. Cry, cry, baby. Poor little desperate Abdul. It's sad, bro. He's so jealous.
Bro thinks Christians is going to support him to go kill a prominent figure that actively fights against Islamism. Bro, you're the reason.
Darn right.
Man, this is funny stuff.
Can you answer the question that I
Yeah,
posed?
I think you should make a video where it's like raining money on you.
Addressing the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yes.
Okay. And does he say the prophet like Moses will come from their brothers?
From among your brethren, yes.
Okay, so he's speaking to all the 12 tribes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If I say to you, AP, take this $100 and give it to your brother, can that $100 go to you?
No, it would go to my family, probably, over one of my brothers, including my brother, for example.
Beautiful. So who are the brethren of the Israelites?
Other Israelites.
He's so stupid. Central Dawa. This is why no one. Central Dawa. If you want someone to support your Dawa, you need to find someone who's even dumber than you are to send you money. They have to be too stupid to understand what just happened. They have to literally be too stupid. You're too stupid.
He destroys himself with the line of questioning here.
He doesn't get it because he's too. Yeah, he doesn't get it because he's too stupid. And it's hard to find people who are even stupider who would actually be like, "Oh yes, Central Dawa burned him up on that point." Right? Oh boy,
these people, man! Oh my god, these idiots. But hey, I'm thankful to Central Dawa. Thank you, Central Dawa, for giving us that wonderful debate and for the GoFundMe, for amplifying, for making our point, for amplifying our message, for making our point that it is just very, very difficult to find Muslim apologists, Dawa guys, that will actually discuss and not resort to death threats. Thank you for making that point. Thank you for bringing something like this to the debate. Now, we have a debate planned. The debate is taking place this weekend. The debate where Central Dawa wanted to come and kill me. Yes, he wanted to come and kill me.
Didn't he swear by Allah? He swore by Allah.
Yeah, he might still want to come and kill me. He might still appear there. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that, Central Dawa.
For those who want to come to the debate, I know that lots of people bought tickets. There's been lots of advertisement for this debate, for the event, for DebateCon, which is happening this weekend. Lots of people will be there. There will be security. There is armed security and metal detectors and so on in place just because Central Dawa made a death threat, which the FBI is now pursuing him over. And he might still try something, or he might pay other people to do something. So they might still try it. He has been kicked out of DebateCon, but he might still try something. I will still be there. I will not be intimidated by a piece of filth like him, by a filthy piece of filth like him. I will still be there. David will be there.
Disrespecting him, man.
So we will be there, and we will be having debates in front of everybody.
Hey,
what?
When we're talking about him doing this, it's funny because if he hadn't done that and actually like made a statement about doing that to make you kind of go, okay, maybe I do need to be dial up my security a little bit, you'd probably still be here hey, maybe I'll do a GoFundMe one day to get my new computer. You know what I mean? Central Dawa, you actually pushed him over the edge to go through. You are literally responsible for AP getting over $100,000. This would I can almost guarantee if you hadn't threatened him and hadn't altered the debate schedule and stuff like this and made it a big concern, AP would almost certainly never have posted his GoFundMe, and we would still be talking about this at the end of 2025. I would still be going, man, just do a GoFundMe and get a new computer so your computer freaking works, man.
Yeah.
So thank you, Central Dawa. You did. Central Dawa did what none of the rest of us could do, man. We're all trying. We're all trying.
I would probably still say today, I will do a GoFundMe tonight. I am Berliner said, AP, I'm glad you're safe and back. I saw your post in Berlin. I have to admit, I'm not a real Berliner, but a Berliner. The next time you come to southern Germany, I'd be happy to host you. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. I was actually, my trip was planned differently. I was going to spend some time in Berlin, and then I was going to go to the southwest of Germany and to visit some relatives, and then fly back. But then things got so busy that I had to cancel that. So I came back with a different flight from Berlin over Iceland to here, and Iceland is kind of amazing. When I landed there, I was only waiting there for an hour. I thought, I should have booked a flight. I should have booked a longer layover where I could spend a day in Iceland and just explore this place. It's beautiful.
You can even get tickets like that. You ever seen those tickets where you're trying to get a ticket and it says like 36 hours? You're like, a 36-hour flight? And it's like, no, you got a 24-hour layover in some place.
Yeah. That's what happens. Did you also visit Omas gegen Rechtsprotest? No, but this just reminds me, when I was talking to Caroline, she actually said that we could go and talk to sex workers for Palestine. And I thought, hey, that would be a funny video idea. Maybe I should do that. But I completely forgot that.
That would be a funny video. Dude, that'd be viral right there. If you title a video "Sex Workers for Palestine" and got a couple interviews in there,
that would have been a very good video. I completely forgot about that. I'm just remembering that. Gosh. So stupid. Theo Wolfie, hey AP, it's the Mossad here. You're welcome for the money. Oh, don't let the internet jihadis know that, though. If you're not AP, don't read this message. Well,
good point.
Everyone got it.
Good point.
MT, what happened to your gay beard, AP? I had to shave it. I thought it was too long. Heroes Workshop, hi AP, will you guys be covering the 2 demonic Islami Aussie nurses threatening Jews while at work? Yeah, David, did you see that?
Yep. No, I didn't watch it, but I saw everyone talking about it.
There were these two nurses, and
they're talking about letting people die or saying they would or something like that.
They was saying, let me just play it here. Let me just play it right here. So there were these 2 people who were interacting with this guy on some TikTok chat or something, wherever that was, I don't know. And there they were having a conversation. During this conversation, this Israeli guy joins. He tells him that he's from Israel, and then they have some very, very interesting words to say. Let's see. Let's have a look at that.
But I'm so upset that you're Israeli. Like, eventually you're gonna get killed and you're gonna go to Jahannam, inshallah.
One day. I don't want to play this one because it's kind of says unnecessary music on it. Why? So here.
Hey man.
There's also unnecessary.
You know what? Oh shit.
How are you, man?
Good. How are you, my man?
Pretty good. Are you a nurse? A doctor?
I'm a doctor, my man.
A doctor? For what?
In hospital. What about you? Where you from?
I'm from.
A doctor for what? A hospital? It turns out he's not a doctor. He's a nurse, but he claims to be a doctor, which I think somebody told me,
a liar.
Somebody told me is actually illegal in Australia, but I'm not sure if that's true. So to claim that you're a doctor.
Israel, from the Holy Land.
You know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you.
All right.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. You actually got a really, really beautiful eyes.
Thank you,
but
man.
I'm so upset that you're Israeli. Like, eventually you're gonna get killed and you're gonna go to Jahannam, inshallah. Like, these pretty eyes, they should stay in this world for longer.
Why do you think? Why do you think I'm gonna get killed?
It's Palestine's country, not your country. You
how are you? What's your name?
One day, your time will come, and you will die the most.
Is that just this video, or do people actually know what she said?
I don't know. I have only seen this. I don't know what she actually said. I really want to know what she actually said. What was that?
She probably said, everything I'm about to say is a joke because we all love all Jews.
Because they didn't censor her just saying
He should be like, hey, what are you doing looking at me, checking me up? Your buddy here already talked about my beautiful eyes, and now you're staring at me. Come on, lady, lower your gaze.
They just secretly want to rape him because of his beautiful eyes. At least he complimented his eyes.
Yeah. Hey, these hijabi ladies are like, oh, we can't stand these. Oh my goodness, look at your eyes. Oh, you're about his eyes make me apostatize. His eyes make me apostatize. That'll be.
Yeah, my name's Steven. I'm a
apostatize. Yoels hang out.
Hey, you should make one of your songs about his eyes making the hijabis apostatize. This dude, matter of fact, this dude should have said right there. He should have said, "Yeah, well, while I've got you on, how come I have a question? How come every time I walk by a bunch of ladies in hijabs or burqas, they start looking me up and down? They start at my eyes, and then they look all down my body, and then back to my eyes. What's going on, ladies? Why can't you lower your gaze?"
We lower our gaze by throwing them off.
Also, you lower gaze. I'll jump off myself.
Let's see.
Your eyes are so beautiful. I'm hypnotized by your eyes.
Where the terrorists that Israel released for an area, the Judean state.
I want you to remember my face.
Okay,
so you can
gotcha.
that you will
I have a
die the
question
most
though.
disgusting death.
All right, for sure. I have a question though.
Yeah,
That's it. Why did they censor that? I don't even get it.
Listen to me.
Peace.
Listen to me.
And use
Where the terrorists that Israel released disappearing to where they.
Hey, look at this. There's somebody making a chat with a Mohammed hijab face here. Islam is hilarious.
Everyone
Just
loves
blending in with Gazans. They spread them out in different areas like West Bank, Egypt, I believe. Just different areas.
Who's this guy? Yoel's Hangouts. I'm gonna subscribe to him anyway.
Areas. And just being in maybe Morocco.
Time comes.
How are
when
you,
the time
doctors?
comes,
Wait.
I want you to remember my face.
Okay.
so
Okay.
you
Anyways, let's just continue with
country, you piece
How
of
are you?
shit.
What's your name?
One day,
One day.
your time will come and you will die the most
We spread
I don't understand why they would censor that, but whatever.
Listen to me.
Peace.
Listen to me.
And
when
you
your-
spread
when your
death.
time comes.
How
when
are
your
you,
time
doctors?
comes,
Wait.
I want you to remember my face.
Okay,
so you
okay.
can understand
Gotcha.
That you will
I have
die
a
the most
question, though.
Everyone remembers your face
All
now,
right,
lady.
right, for sure. I have a question though.
It's funny. He's like, "How are you, doctors?"
Yeah,
I have a question. Let's say an Israeli, God
I won't treat
forbid,
them. I won't treat them. I'll kill them.
you'll kill them.
Whoa! She said, I'll kill them.
I'll kill them. She's a nurse.
And guys, keep in mind, doctors and nurses can kill people if they want to.
Yes.
It is not difficult, and it could be hard to detect because
That's what they do.
that's what they
Israeli
do.
is in Australia, and God forbid something happened to him, and he comes
Not
to your
God forbid.
hospital.
I hope to God.
Would you kill him?
You have no idea how many Israeli Khara dog came to this hospital and I sent him to Jahannam. I
For
literally
real?
sent him to Jahannam.
Dang.
So he says, "You have no idea how many Israeli dogs came here to the hospital, and I sent them to hell." He says, and she laughs.
And so, again, this is the first time I've seen the footage, but I've seen like people tweeting about stuff. I think they've been suspended or something like this, but now they're saying it was all just a joke.
Yeah, I followed the case. There are some people who went to so here reporters went to the house of one of those of the woman, I think.
Hey, I'm on public property. What?
Get the fuck off
I'm
my
on public property. Do you have what do you have to say about the allegations that Sarah? Excuse me, Sarah. What are the what do you guys have to say about? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm on public land.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I don't know what the law is in Australia, but if you're on public property, you're allowed to stand on public property. They can't tell you to move or leave or anything else.
Yeah, these people have surprisingly foul mouths for being
isn't it
religious Muslims.
Very religious people, all decked out, and Oh, but we don't eat pork. This Jesus
Say
said
about what Sarah's
coming
doing.
out of your mouth that makes you unclean.
Kill people, you.
We just
I mean,
don't eat
yeah,
pork.
think about this. Look how holy we are. Look how we're dressed. We'll kill you. We'll kill you. We'll kill the Jews. We'll kill you, the Jews. F-bomb, 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 F-bomb.
But we don't eat pork.
No, we don't eat pork.
Why not?
Because no one is welcome to
But
my house.
why is she threatening to kill
She's not threatening
Israeli
anybody.
people?
She's not threatening
She's
anyone.
admitted
I
to
don't-
killing Israeli people, man.
Was I on the phone?
Mate,
Was I on the phone?
don't stop walking towards the. Hey, mate, listen to me.
Look at
Dude, come on. If you're gonna roll up on someone, have some hand skills. I don't mean the guy. I mean, like, if you're gonna go record video of people like this, have some hand skills or have someone with hand skills.
Look at this. He snapped away. He took away his phone, with which he was filming. Gladly, he was also filming with an additional device. He took away his phone, then he comes toward him in a very aggressive way.
He is smart for having the multiple recording devices. That's smart.
And walks away.
He pulled a Nick Fuentes.
This is the
Nick
family.
Fuentes snatched the camera. Snatched the phone.
These are horrible people. These are filthy animals. They need to be deported, all of them. Bankstown hospital workers caught hiding after admitting to murdering Israeli patients. The man is a Muslim Afghan refugee. The man is a Muslim Afghan refugee. Ahmed Rashad Nadir and Sarah Abu Lebda, two NSW health workers, have been exposed for bragging about Israeli patients never leaving their hospital. In a now viral TikTok video, Nadir ran his finger across his throat in a killing gesture. Hey, where? That sounds familiar. That reminds me of Central Dawa. And said, "You have no idea how many Israeli dogs came to this hospital and I sent them to Jahannam. Hell." Afghan refugee who came to Australia at 12 years old. See, these are the people who come as refugees and they have no ounce of gratefulness for what they are given. No ounce of gratefulness for what this piece of filth comes into the country as a refugee, lives a better life, and has no ounce of thankfulness, no ounce of gratefulness. No ounce of gratefulness at all. No sign even of any amount of saying thanks. Maybe I should act differently. Maybe I should be more like you guys, since you have offered me your country, your home. You have offered me better standards. If I was left back there where I come from in that hole, I would probably be dead or live a really horrible life. I am here. You guys gave me a safe place, a safe country, a safe home, gave me jobs. I should be thankful. No, they just bring over their disgusting, filthy behavior. There should be no question. There should be no discussion at all. This guy and probably his entire family should be deported. But I can already guess that Australia will do no such thing. They will give him a slap on the wrist. Whether this guy actually did kill people as a nurse or not, he should be either put in prison and kept there, or be kicked out immediately to wherever he fled from. That's it. But Western nations have become so weak that they will probably not do any such thing to this guy. They'll be like, oh, you were joking. Oh, okay. Well, it was just a joke. It was just a joke, mate.
And for real, even if they at least wants to kill Jews, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge another person's culture? After all the violent attacks against Muslims in Afghanistan, after all the Jewish attacks in Afghanistan that this guy must have experienced, because the Jews are doing this all over the planet, people are nuts, man. People are nuts. Like seriously, how difficult is it? Like what level of insanity do you have to have in your government where you can have immigrants and refugees and so on talking about killing Jews and so on, and you won't send them back? Like, that should be like instant. You just said what? I mean, it should be more extreme. That should be, you just posted what on Twitter? You just posted what? You want to kill what? You want to do this? What? Death to what? Boom, gone. You don't get to be here.
So the report they claimed after they were caught, of course, they claimed that they claimed they weren't serious. They were just joking. It was just a misunderstanding or a joke. To which I suggested that they should be put in prison for life as a joke as well. I think that's a very, very good idea. What would you recommend, David?
I would just kick them out. That's all I would do.
Kick them out? That's it. But as a joke,
that's all I would do. Yeah, I would jokingly send them back to Afghanistan.
Let's see. What did the hospital say? What did the hospital say? What did the hospital say? I don't want to pay for your freaking paywalls here. What did the hospital say? I saw some people say that the hospital made a pathetic statement, but I don't know what the hospital actually said. I do not know what they actually said. Somebody on behalf of the hospital said that they are disgusting and deranged individuals, medical practitioners. Anyway, I'll get back to it once I know what the hospital actually said. Hospitals cannot speak, silly AP. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so but it's Australia, mate. They were just joking. Mate. And when we speak about Israel and Palestinians, I know we talked a lot about October 7, and we talked a lot about what people on what the Palestinian terrorists did on October 7. And I've seen the footage that is in question with this video here, but I just want everyone to remember, because you can never remember it enough.
ראיתי את האסון הכי גדול שאפשר בכלל לדמיין. סבתא שלי על הרצפה בבית שלה, רצוחה בסרטון. כל הרצפה דם, סבתא שלי שוכבת שם. המחבל פשוט לקח את הנייד הפרטי שלה, צילם אותה והעלה את זה לקיר פייסבוק הפרטי שלה. ככה התבשרנו, ככה גילינו את זה.
I know what she's talking about. So on October 7, the terrorists went into multiple homes and killed people directly, executed them on the spot. They executed an old woman. She was like 70-something years old, I believe. They executed her. They took her phone. They recorded her dead body as a video, laying in her blood. And then they actually posted the video on her personal Facebook feed to her family and friends and relatives and people that she was in contact with on Facebook. Imagine one day you receive a notification, or you go through your feed, and a person who is close to you, whom you know, family member, relative, friend, whatever, suddenly has on her feed a video of herself lying on the ground in her own blood, murdered, executed by these animals. That's how people learned that she was killed. These animals actually did things like these. Some people suggest that they were as inhuman as they were on that day because they were given a bunch of drugs. I would say that they were just Palestinians. Anyway, David, would I have been an atheist?
Didn't Mehdi Hassan just post that Gaza didn't invade Israel?
Yes.
Okay, so that solves that mystery. So you're wrong.
Yes. David, would I have been an atheist my entire life? It always feels that something is missing, yet I'm having trouble believing in Christianity. Any advice? Said Alaris Virus.
Yeah. What doubts? Alaris.
So what you're saying, Alaris Virus, is...
Brother, I have doubts.
And the response to that would be...
What doubts, man?
Yeah. But David, serious advice. What do you say?
Yes, you feel something is missing because something is missing because you've been made for something. So I would encourage you, I don't know if you're more into reading or watching videos or something like this, but yep, start checking some things out a bit more. I got some dope videos. We'll have more dope videos if you want.
Powerful.
Books, they're good books too.
AP, you're not allowed to say animals, you're genocidal. No, you're genocidal. You know what's interesting? So I'm kind of going through my personal journey right now, and I know there are some atheist listeners who have been here for the longest time, and they're like, "Whoa, why would you do this? You're supposed to protect us. You're supposed to, you traitor." Hey, what's up, Modern Day Debate? James, what's up, man? The dopest videos, powerful. I'm not sure what you're talking about here, but always good to see you, James. What's up? See you on the weekend for the first time in person, as I just noticed.
If you survive.
If I survive, yeah. If I'm not killed by Central Dawa.
I have to say that would be funny if like Central Dawa jumps out behind a car while you're walking in the parking lot. He seems like doesn't he seem like he'd be like really weak and pathetic and frail though? Like you just push him and he'd fall back on the ground and go, oh, and start recording himself. Everyone help me, look what they're doing to me. All I did was try to stab him to death in the name of Allah and he pushed me on the ground. Please support me on TikTok.
I see people refer to him as Broomstick Dawa or something like that.
That's funny.
So yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Journey. It's Journey. There was a funny thing.
A music group?
Yes. There was a funny thing. So I've actually been listening to Mere Christianity recently because I wanted to further understand it. And I'm not sure if I ever came across this, but I noticed something weird happening. There was several weeks ago when we were talking. I said something to you during a live stream, which was that I did this thing in the past, which I now realize is kind of a dumb thing to do, and I feel bad about doing that, and I don't do that anymore. Where people ask me about Jesus, and I then say, I think that Jesus was a good teacher and a good person, and so on. And I would say it's kind of patronizing and stupid, and I did it in the past, and I just don't do that anymore. So.
That sounds very similar to a response by C.S. Lewis.
So I'm driving, I think just a few days ago, and listening to the book by C.S. Lewis, Mere Christianity, and listening to the section about the theology and what Christians believe for the first time. And there he says almost the exact same thing, which is, wait, what's the quote again? I want to quote him correctly. Great teacher, C.S. Lewis. Let's see.
Is that the trilemma one?
Yeah, what he says is the following. I am trying here to prevent anyone saying the really foolish thing people often say about him. I'm ready to accept Jesus as a great moral teacher, but I don't accept his claim to be God.
One thing we must.
That is the one thing we must not say. A man who was merely a man and said the sort of things Jesus would not be a great moral teacher. He would either be a lunatic on the level with the man who says he's a poached egg, or else he would be the devil
of hell. I remember that.
You must make your choice. Either this man was and is the Son of God, or else a madman or something worse. You can shut him up for a fool. You can sit at him. You can spit at him and kill him as a demon, or you can fall at his feet and call him Lord and God. But let us not come with any patronizing nonsense about his being a great human teacher. He has not left that open to us. He did not intend to. So I'm listening to this part while I'm driving, and I'm thinking, what the hell? Wait. That's almost exactly what I said, just on this live stream, and I'm kind of like, did I hear that somewhere? Which is why I said that, or was that just something that I thought over time? And now I'm hearing almost the exact same thing here from him, which I never read this before, really. I don't know. I was really confused, and I thought that's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, since you're bringing that up,
what?
You should read Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis.
I
I'm
don't read
saying that.
anything
I'm
starts
saying
with
that.
screw.
What's up?
I don't read anything that starts with screw.
I didn't talk about this. I didn't mention this in my testimony video. But anyway, I mentioned Randy in my video. I mentioned Randy, this guy. So this was in jail. Then they put me in an isolation cell because I think I'm trying to starve myself to death and stuff. Anyway, I become a Christian there, and then I'm in jail for a couple more months. Then they send me off to prison, but they don't send you straight to the prison you're going to. They send you to the reception and classification center where they figure out which prison to send you to. Anyway, when I got there, Randy was in the same wing that I was in, and now he knew that I had become a Christian. And when I saw him on the ball field for the first time, he handed me a copy of the Screw Tape letters and said, "Read this." But it was very, very, very interesting, because what you were just talking about there, you were thinking of something, and then you're like, "Oh, this sounds something." That happened over and over again when I was reading the Screw Tape letters. He's talking about, it's about a demon. It's about an elder demon writing letters to a younger demon on how to put thoughts in people's heads and stuff. But anyway, sitting there reading that, and he's like, "Oh, when he thinks this, put this thought in his head." And I'm like, "Oh crap, that thought just popped into my head the other day." And so anyway, it was actually pretty cool. C.S. Lewis was smart, man.
I put that on my list. I'm gonna listen to that next.
It's also like short and easy read. In fact, I read it and then I reread it right after that. I read it twice in a row.
I nowadays listen to books unless I really
that'll work too. This would actually be good for an audio read. Dude, I just remembered. You can actually get the John Cleese version. John Cleese from Monty Python. There's an audio version where he reads the Screw Tape letters.
Oh,
and he's awesome at it. He was awesome at it.
That is interesting. Ralph Kosum audiobook. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check that out, inshallah. Jepister. Taylor Wyatt, did you see his wife's icons? She's bowing down and kissing Saint of the Christchurch Mosque. Alhamdulillah. Powerful. Yeah, my wife has this big thing going on. This big immersion into orthodoxy. It's kind of a nice thing to witness. I appreciate it. I like it. D, what's up, D? Speaking of atheists, books are for losers, guys. Thank you for reminding us of Andrew Tate's great words. Books are for losers. It's a waste of time. Mateo Ace, praying for the upcoming debate con. Can't wait. Inshallah. Stay safe, AP. Buy some chain mail for next time you're in Europe. Jihadis everywhere. Better buy a suit of armor. LOL.
Hey, wouldn't that be funny if we started walking around like full suits of like medieval armor?
Yes, like
to protect us from jihadis.
Yes, I have to say, going to Germany and experiencing Germany once again, going to Berlin after all this time. So it is always kind of crappy because a capital city in Europe is going to be at this point kind of a little bit messed up. However, Germany is long not gone in comparison to the UK, for example. Like the UK is completely lost. I'm just kidding when I say that. So the UK is in a very bad condition in terms of diversity and immigration and lack of integration. I wouldn't say that Germany is quite on that level. There is still lots of hope for Germany. Germany is doing relatively well compared to UK, which is just... Yeah.
Trying to think of someone else who might have said, "Yes, guys, things are really rough here in Germany, but there's still hope for us if you just do whatever I say."
Exactly.
And then he invaded Poland.
That's exactly what I said. Will your new computer have a built-in Iron Dome? Just kidding. Can't wait for the Unifreiheit video with you. Nice, you met Beatrix. How do you know I had an interview with Unifreiheit? Did I say this publicly?
I have to say, that's kind of a badass name, Beatrix von Storch.
Yeah, but I was invited to this age-old German weekly newspaper, which also turned into now a YouTube channel and different forms of news that is that is a patriotic right-wing leaning outlet that invited me and actually had a lengthy interview with me. And it went very well. I said some really, really bad things to them as well, though. I was like, I made sure to just say some really shocking things. The funny thing is, at some point, like, the guy's interviewing me, and he's like this old school conservative, old school right-wing guy, and he's just being very polite while interviewing me, and he says this kind of stuff. He says to me, so what do you think the solution is? And I'm like, well, I think the solution would be for Muslims to collectively leave Islam. In fact, I would say that Muslims have an obligation, a moral obligation and a responsibility to leave Islam behind. Even those who don't participate in discriminatory, hateful behavior have to leave it. And he's like, okay, are you saying that we need to tell people that they cannot believe in Islam anymore? Like, no, I'm saying that they themselves need to get rid of it entirely. And then he said, isn't this kind of like telling Germans that that they should, because of certain things that Germany did, abandon their German identity? And I'm like, no, that's not it. If you want to make a comparison, it would rather be like telling Nazis that they should no longer be Nazis. It's not like telling Germans that they should no longer be Nazis. Islam would be more comparable to the Nazi ideology, I tell him. And he's like, isn't that a little bit too much to compare to the Nazi ideology? I mean, Islam certainly has some aspects that are not that bad. And then I'm like, and I'm responding to him like this. Of course, I'm not saying that that Islam and the Nazi ideology are equally bad. There are lots of things in Islam that are much worse than in Nazism. And I'm stopping, and he's like, and then I'm like, and of course there are also things in the Nazi ideology that are much worse than in Islam. And then he's like, oh, okay. It's kind of a nice flow of things. It went quite well. I'm looking forward to seeing the result of that. Yeah, Daniel Kasky, thrilled to see the boys back. Congrats, AP, on doing you and making it back with minimal issues. Thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate it. Lots of people tried to kill me on the way, but I survived. Chess, Nickisher, thank you so much for super chat. But hey, I want to get to the topic, man. What's your problem? So, David, what do you know about Amru Fadl?
Just that he's kind of a freaking dork, and he seems to be, for, I don't know, the last 6 or 8 months seems to just be in full meltdown mode. And everything is, hey, I can say all kinds of racist words, haha, in your face. I can use all sorts of racial epithets. You see? Yeah. Any idiot can do that, Myron. We know. What are you trying to accomplish by that, buddy?
You know, it's very funny. Trump Fanclub Deutschland said alles für Deutschland. In Germany, there are some things that are really messed up. This is a slogan that is used by the AfD in support of Alice Weidel, who is currently the leader of the AfD, and it's a word play here where they say alles für Deutschland, because there is a phrase that is called alles für Deutschland, everything for Germany, that is illegal to say in Germany. It's the phrase itself is literally illegal to say. Because it is a phrase that was also used in Nazi times by the Nazi party, which is why one of the AfD people for using that phrase got into trouble and had to pay heavy fines. So they can say the phrase alles für Deutschland, which is everything for Germany. But what they did instead was they smartly came up with the idea of of inventing this slogan for Alice Weidel, the leader of the party, and saying alles für Deutschland instead of saying alles für Deutschland, which is kind of a smart thing to do. But anyway, that's Germany for you. I'm scared this is going to go toward Taco Bell, but I'll give it anyway, said Christian Gadfly. You guessed right. Thank you, Christian Gadfly. So here's Myron Gaines, a.k.a. Amru Fadl. So Myron Gaines is the guy who is a host of the show Fresh and Fit, which is a show that only really morally depraved people watch. That is a show where they sit together and invite a bunch of OnlyFans models, make sure that everyone shows their boobs very abundantly, and then they have conversations about society, about how OnlyFans models are bad, and society should be this and society should be that. So they basically just make money and all that off of inviting OnlyFans models and all that on. And he is the main host of that show. His name is Amru Fudl. However, he doesn't use his real name, Amru Fudl, probably because he is embarrassed, because it is an Arabic Sudanese name. So he calls himself Myron Gaines, which is a completely made-up name. That's what he is. This guy recently went really, 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 really off the rails and started commenting things like this here. STFUKIKE. No one gives an F about your opinion, you dreidel spinning F face. This is Mr. Myron Gaines, whose real name is Amru Fudl. He has been making comments like these. I made a thread about this guy, saying Piers Morgan invited one of the worst people online on the show yesterday, despite refusing to speak to Tommy Robinson over fake Islamophobia concerns. David, you know, right? So many times Piers was told to speak to Tommy Robinson, and he has refused to do it because he says Tommy Robinson is simply Islamophobic and a bigot, which is why he doesn't want to have him on his show. He has repeatedly said that.
Yeah, and he's had every anti-Semite on the planet on his show. Right? Like every person who, the Jews, every insane conspiracy theorist, Jews are controlling everything behind this, wipe out Israel, everyone, he gets them on his show, but not Tommy Robinson, because he's against the grooming gangs. I responded to this after you posted it, and like, I seriously think it has more to do with Piers having the posh British accent and Tommy having the regular working class British. It really seems that like the elite class just doesn't ever want to hear the working class speak at all. It's like, shut up. It's not your place. We, the intelligent class, the posh class, we talk, you guys shut up and go work at the factory or wherever you work, but shut up and go work. Do not be here sharing your thoughts with the rest of us. That seems to have more to do with it, because if it's not that, then it's completely inexplicable. Like he's saying, oh, Tommy, because he's against Islam, he cannot be platformed and he should not be allowed to say anything. When look at what he does. Look at what he does. He gets Myron and Hijab and every other lunatic on the planet on his show, and gives them all maximum exposure and gets them millions of views for their insane takes on everything. He helps them. He helps every lunatic on the planet, but he has an objection to Tommy because he's an Islamophobe.
Tommy Robinson, he says he doesn't want to talk to Tommy Robinson because Tommy Robinson is an Islamophobe and a bigot, very big bigot, and so on. He has had so far Dan Bilzerian on, who directly describes Jews as demons, who describes Jews as evil, who says that the Holocaust didn't happen, but who also blames them for inviting mass massacres against themselves and so on. He has had Candace Owens on, who has gone completely full retard and has started finding a Jew behind every bad thing that she sees, and who also suggested that that much of the Holocaust narrative is made up. And of course, she also never will listen to actual critics who question her on these things. She instead blocks them. He has invited Myron Gaines. I wasn't even aware of this. I went on, I opened my YouTube tab the other day, and then what I see here is that he actually has this guy, Moron Gaines, directly on his show. It's just absolutely incredible. And it's right here.
He is not crazy.
It's not
that
a
is an
problem that is
excuse.
catering
He is
to the West.
And he is evil.
Him saying that is actually protected under the First Amendment. Hate speech
Actually,
is
it's
protected
not.
under...
That's the point. It's not. Jews. Not to mention his statement that you have to put Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. Something that he then followed up with this. He said, Jews were better as slaves. You have to put Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. He then says sometimes you have to do it like the pharaohs. Make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip your Jews. Whip your Jews as you treat them like slaves. What does that mean? Is that ambiguous? Is that freedom of... Do you?
Well, I think the thing is when Elon took over X, he wanted to mirror it with the First Amendment. And the First Amendment allows a broad range of speech to be allowed. And the reality is, if we don't have free speech, we don't have a democracy. And that's literally from Elon Musk himself. Now, we want to talk about unequal punishment on X, based on some people saying this and getting punished and people saying this and not getting punished. That's a whole other conversation. But I think if you're going to mirror the First Amendment with Twitter, then you need to allow that speech in.
Right, but look, on the first point,
I'm not even going to listen to anything that these guys are saying. This guy, after making such a big deal about Tommy Robinson, actually invites this filthy thing on his show and exchanges serious thoughts with this guy. Now, I want to go through the feed of this filthy thing and look at the things that this filthy thing, known as Myron Gaines, has said. I'm going to close this now. Now let's look at this. So we have just seen this one. I have put these together in a thread. And what I did was actually, I just randomly picked out stuff that I find on his feed. So here's Myron saying, silence Jew, STFU, Jew, shut up Jew. No way, a Jew suggesting we fight wars for foreign nations every single time. I'd be happy to go on your show to debate and prove Churchill was actually worse than Hitler. Let's see how uncensored you are. Piers took this as a challenge and actually invited him, I guess. Hitler, Kobe Bryant, Joe Rogan, so I can Jew pill him. This is which people he wants to meet. Controversial take, but Hitler was one of the few leaders that successfully implemented socialism. Like him or hate him, he brought Germany back from dead post-World War I and so on. Here's what they don't teach you in school, you dumb normie. Hitler built back Germany post-World War I. He also arrested the central bankers like the Rothschilds and so on. He banned kids being sexualized and burned down books that promoted sexual degeneracy. Now, the funny thing is that this is kind of a mix with truth and falsehood, especially this part here. The Nazis didn't just burn sexual books. They burned a bunch of books, anything that just went against their ideology. They burned regular books that talked about peace. They burned a very famous book known as All Quiet on the Western Front. There has been a movie about the book just very recently. It is a beautiful story about the senselessness of war and about peace. The Nazis burnt it and deemed it un-German because it was against war. They didn't just burn sexual books and all that. So Hitler wasn't actually as bad as you think. Cry harder, liberal idiot. Here he uses the O and the slash here to make a Nazi salute. He has made this famous among his followers as well, where they use this for the Nazi salute. So the Nazi squad is here to expose your lies, Jew. This is his response to Netanyahu. Here he says, Israel has become exactly what they claimed the Nazis were. Cold-blooded murderers indiscriminately killing a group of people. So he says they have become what they claimed the Nazis were. Here he says, left wing or right wing, the bird is always headed for Israel. Red or blue, it's for the Jew. Typical narrative of the Jews are in control no matter what you do. Here he gets very, very nice about Jews, says sucking Zayo thing is the surefire way to be protected, and you just proved all of us right, retard. You're clearly a patriot for Israel. STFU, you lost and censorship is dying. Go back to Tel Aviv. This is America, you dreidel spinning P-word. Silence Jew. He's a Jew that explains it. Oh, look, a Jew advocating for more immigration every single time. This is, by the way, I just want to point this out. One of the most popular narratives is that Jews are responsible for mass immigration in the West. It's completely false. Completely false. Some people actually think, oh, maybe there's some truth to it. There is not. It's completely false, and it can be refuted in just 1 minute. And I did so many, many times before. I can present you a list of the major organizations in the West that have promoted immigration, that have supported refugees and immigrants in the West. The majority of them are not Jewish at all. They are of different religious, Christian, and secular origin. That's it. If you want to have a top 10 list, I can even produce it right here in a second. I might have posted about that in the past. I'll get back to it in a second. Spoken like a true Jew, disrupt American unity, stay divided, and give U.S. tax dollars to aid Israel while everyone is distracted. Typical conservative for Israel. Sounds accurate. Another very funny thing here is that America gives a lot of foreign aid and a lot of money to different causes. Money that goes to Israel amounts to less than 1% of America's annual budget. But apparently that is everyone's biggest concern here. Right. Here he praises Nick Fuentes. This is how Jews run America and the world. Very, 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 very obvious. Shut up, Jew. Silence, Jew. Red or blue, still run by the Jew. Here he attacks Misfit Patriot, who is another guy who has been very, very, very based recently. And he attacks Isabella here, and describes both of them as cucking for Jews, and presents this image here, which is of course a very, very interesting meme, which is very funny because he's accusing these guys of sucking up to Jews. Nobody's sucking up to Jews. I don't have to suck up to Jews. Nobody has to suck up to Jews. In fact, if there's one thing, the one reason right now that I am so in support of Jews right now is not that Jews are superior to me. It's that Jews are under attack everywhere right now by people left and right. And because cowards like Myron Gaines, aka Amru Fuddle, want to side with the Nazis against the Jews, I want to side with the Jews against these bastards. Also because I have developed quite some appreciation for Jews. I love Jews. Yes, I love Jews. I love Zionists. I am a Zionist. I love Jews. It's a very unpopular thing to say right now. I don't care. I love them. And their enemies are my enemies. It's not because we are sucking up to anybody. It's because we are standing with those that you bastards like to attack so much. It's kind of funny. This guy, as a black guy here, is basically spending his every day right now sucking up to Nazis who would want to put him in gas chambers and kill him. In Nazi Germany, they would sterilize him and put him in camps, work him to death, and work toward his extermination. Hitler wrote pages in his book Mein Kampf about wanting to exterminate the black people who are poisoning the white races. Here, this guy is sucking up to those. He's literally giving them sexual oral pleasure, and then accusing others of doing that. Anyway, and then here he is, of course, in an infamous instance, putting on a white sheet and raising his arm and doing the Nazi salute over and over and over and over and over and over and over again next to Sneeko, and thereby then losing his monetization, and then saying it's because the Jews are censoring him. Now, we have gone through some of this stuff. This is not even half of the things that he has said so far. Piers Morgan has no problem with this guy, but he has a problem with Tommy Robinson as a bigoted Islamophobe. What kind of timeline are we living in? What is this? For years now, people have said dumb stuff like, oh, the Jews, you can't talk about the Jews. When you talk about the Jews, you lose everything. When you talk about the Jews, then talk about the Jews. Oh, no. What is this? You can say whatever the hell you want about Jews right now. You can wish for genocide against Jews. You can call them demons. You can insult them left and right. You can praise the Nazis. You can praise Hitler, literally, and do an actual Nazi salute, and you will still go on Piers Morgan and on other channels and still have people loving and following you. Speak about Islam, speak about Muslims, Piers Morgan rejects you and blackballs you forever and says, no, we're not doing anything with this person. Same thing with me. I said it earlier. Piers Morgan's team actually invited me a short while ago and said they would like to get back to me in like 2 weeks or so after the elections to arrange something that I can come and talk with them about the whole Israel-Palestine thing. Then they stopped, and it's seemingly implicitly disinvited me. Then I talked to some other people, some other guests who were on Piers Morgan. Some other guests who were also on Piers Morgan have said to me one thing. I have heard this now from multiple people, which is that Piers Morgan himself and the team behind tell them not to talk too much about Islam, not to talk too critically about Islam. Why is this? David, why do you think this is?
It is very strange. I mean, even if you don't like Tommy, and even if you think Islamophobia is a huge problem, there doesn't seem to be any concept of consistency. If you, in other words, if you were a critic of Tommy and you really don't like him, and you lined up and you piled up everything you could possibly criticize him for, and then you said, okay, compared to some other people who are regularly platformed by Piers Morgan, who's worse? Like, I don't see, like, by what standard you could say Tommy Robinson is, he has crossed some line that these other guys have not crossed, and therefore he has to be silenced and so on. And I don't know, man. I guess Muslims actually control the world, and you're just not allowed to criticize Islam.
Exactly, because that's what we heard all the time. We heard all the time that Jews control the world because you can't talk about them. Apparently, you can't talk about Muslims. That means Muslims control the world. Here you have it. Look, he even responded to my thread here. He even responded to my thread with this. Said, "Yep, I said all of that." And what? See, that's what Myron said in response to my thread about him. I then tagged Piers Morgan. Said, "Hey, Piers, you should invite this guy back on, and then you can act gobsmacked by his anti-Semitism." After this, you know what happened next? After this, there is now no denying that Piers Morgan has seen all of this, because right after this, what happened is that Piers Morgan blocked me.
That's what you get. And I posted, I said, AP has been blocked by Andrew Tate, Candace Owens, and Piers Morgan. But let me guess, they're the problem, right?
Yeah. So Piers Morgan has seen the thread. He has seen the evidence. He has seen the call out. What he did in response to this is not to say, "Oh, well, I didn't know this. I need to correct myself because I'm contradicting myself here." What he did in response was to block me. To block me. I can guarantee that he will have Myron Gaines back on his show now. I would just say to every Jew who is listening, who is watching this, and I might want to clip this and just post this as a short video as well. To every Jew, to everyone in solidarity with Jews, you should know one thing. Piers Morgan has a problem with you. To every Jew, maybe we can make it happen that Jews have actually do have the power at the end to do something. I don't know. But all the Jews, every Jew watching, you should know one thing, which is that this here is very strong evidence that Piers Morgan actually does not like you guys. And he does see anti-Muslim behavior or anti-Islamic behavior as not a big deal, while he hates, he sees anti-Muslim behavior or anti-Islamic behavior as a horrible, unacceptable thing, while platforming and completely allowing and even supporting people who call for anti-Jewish, who call for Jewish genocide, who praise Nazis, who praise Hitler, who call Jews collectively evil, and so on. It came out a few days ago that that what's his name? That other demon, Tucker Carlson. He said something like that Piers Morgan privately said to him that he hates Israel with every fiber of his being, or something like that. And it wasn't really sure if he's joking or not. But it seems that underneath everything, it seems actually true that Piers Morgan hates Jews, hates Israel, hates Israelis, and he is on the side or on the payroll of the Islamists. That's what he is. So I think every Jew should know that Piers Morgan hates you guys, and everyone should remind him of that, and should hold him responsible for that. That's what you should do. Meanwhile, he could get on his knees and pleasure his Islamist guests that also believe in subjugating him and raping his family when the day comes. This is the pathetic state of Britain. And yes,
and seriously, I mean, seriously, like, Piers is significantly better than their average journalist, like for the BBC and so on, right? I mean, he's significantly more open to talk about some serious issues and so on. And look how bad and screwed up he is, right? I mean, guys, it's like he's like Great Britain in a nutshell right now. Spend all day, every day blasting away at Jews, but don't say one word against jihad. Don't say one word against Islam or anything Muhammad has ever done. Don't say any of that. Don't ever allow that sort of criticism. And it's like, dude, you're the reason you guys are getting your behinds handed to you right now by jihadis.
I just can't take the UK seriously.
No.
Like in this state, it's just so, it has become so pathetic. I mean, I want to be fair, and I don't want to make it about the UK. I want to say it's not the UK, but it's just like from so many angles, the UK is just so pathetic. I just don't know what to say anymore. It's like the government, the police force, the TV personalities. It's like it's everywhere. There are some people. I mean, some guy earlier made this post here, which I found hilarious. At first, I thought it's actually some guy converted to Islam. I saw this here. Josh Sider said, "Becoming a Muslim so I can commit violent crimes in the UK without facing consequences."
That dude's funny.
First thing I saw was this here, and I saw becoming a Muslim, and I thought, "Oh no, again!" And then it's a satire post about.
That's funny.
You can do whatever the hell you want in the UK if you're a Muslim.
How did I not think about that? He's got a yoga mat. That's his prayer mat. He's on a yoga mat.
He actually posted a photo.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Legend.
I'll mail you some acid you can throw at women who are dressed inappropriately. Jeez.
Such a loving religion. Mashallah, brother.
Man. LMFAO is so true, inshallah. Inshallah. These people.
That's a funny dude.
Seriously, at this point, just British people should just convert to Islam. I mean, it looks like that's what the future is going to be anyway. So
yeah, look, I might want to make a little video about this, but we're talking about atheists earlier, and so I made a video. I made two videos dealing with Alex O'Connor, and one video is for people saying he was a coward because he won't talk about Islam. And I actually defended him. I said, "Hey, look, he's a young guy. He's in his 20s. He's in a country where, I mean, the government will come at you for going in, not just jihadis, but the government will come after you if you criticize Islam. It's like, you can't say, hey, you have to be the guy to take this responsibility of saving this place upon yourself. It's like, no, if he doesn't want to do it, that's fine. And kind of makes sense because, I mean, they were threatening him and so on. So I defended him there. But then, like, when he backs out of DebateCon and leaves James scrambling to find a replacement and stuff, and he wasn't even the one threatened, you were the one threatened. It's like, okay, now you're seriously sending a message to these guys that anytime you guys want your way, just threaten someone and we'll all instantly start scrambling to back down and so on. It's like, that's a bad message. Anyway, you had there are plenty of atheists who agree with me that you shouldn't back down from stuff like that. But there were a disturbing number of British atheists who were like, no, he did exactly the right thing. You can't. It's like, whoa, you guys are basically saying that the right thing to do is to back down from every hint of violence. Someone else gets threatened, and we're all going to stop. And at that point, I was like, you guys might as well surrender, man. You guys might as well surrender. If you're taking it for granted that it's wrong to take a stand. Like it's a good idea. It's a good idea to always back down and always run and hide and so on. Even if guys, again, if Alex thinks that he's in danger from someone threatening him or something like that, it's not I have no business saying, hey, you have to go and face the danger or something like that. It's like, no, if you're concerned for your safety, take whatever precautions you need. When it's someone else gets threatened and there's plenty of security and you're still gonna back down, and so it sends a bad message to jihadis. We're encouraging you to be as violent as possible, and we'll give you what you want. And the fact that there are so many atheists like flipping out on me for that minor criticism, hey, it's a bad idea to send jihadis a message that violence and threats are the way to get what they want. That's a bad message. The fact that there are so many people who think that I'm sending a dangerous message by saying, actually, guys, you might want to stand your ground at some point. I don't know, those atheists who are saying, no, the only thing that makes sense is always to retreat from threats. That makes me think you guys just need to surrender. And and then you look at like the UK in general, as far as their politicians and their journalists and so on, they all have the exact same mindset. We'll sit there and say you're not allowed to criticize Jews, but we will blast it. We will have every anti-Jewish, anti-Semite on the planet on all our shows be talking about this stuff to show how edgy we are. We'll platform every anti-Semite on the planet, no matter how bad they are, and that'll show how edgy we are. But you can't ever say one word about Islam. It's like, dude, guys, what are you waiting on? Surrender. Are you planning on surrendering 10 years from now?
Surrender.
Get it over with.
Now.
Get it over with, Piers.
Surrender. That's what they do. Yeah, I said in the past that I think Alex O'Connor, I can't blame Alex O'Connor for his careful attitude about Islam, but seriously, man, it's a pathetic move. It is a pathetic move. Pathetic move. There was a time where he was, we still have each other's numbers. He would message me occasionally. We would talk about Islam-related stuff. He, at some point, seemed to... In fact, we were going to do something together. And he then said that he doesn't want to anymore because of threats and all that. And I was like, yeah, I get it, man. I understand. It's not for everyone. But since then, he has become increasingly more, I would say, scared of Muslims. And it's not the way to go. You're selling the safety of your country. Embarrassing.
Yeah. I think me and AP have a significantly better reaction, which you guys will see at DebateCon. We'll show you how to respond. We'll show you how you're supposed to respond to threats.
Yes. So better be there. Get your tickets and be at DebateCon.
Get your tickets, be at DebateCon, because you're not going to want to miss this.
Yeah. I'm Benjamin Benz. Breaking news. AFD doesn't mean Alternative für Deutschland, but rather Apostate für Deutschland. AP got arrested on protest. Meanwhile, IP was eating. Powerful. This is a good point. Ayatollah Khamenei gifted 20 memberships. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Chas Nikisher, now you can afford to hire David to build you bookshelves. Hey, David, you have time? D. Boudreau said, I'm in awe at any pro-Israel person that can handle the cringe at these pro-Pali rallies. Good job, AP. Thank you. Appreciate it. It was a little bit stupid to go there and to just have those people scream at you. It's so ridiculous. These people are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Steve McLovin, according to 98.7, are Muslims greater than the Quran in their hand, and could Allah's throne be the toilet used in 1 Kings 18:27? David, your two-word response, yes, no?
Yes.
Good. Stefan Thomas, that situation in Germany in nutshell crazy. That's it. It's been a while. I almost thought they got AP. They did not. They tried. Watching said how many of them insulted the lady holding the believe Israeli women sign. Did the police do anything about that? The funny thing about her is, so Caroline Preisler, she has to be. I talked to her there, and then I also a few days later met up with her and we recorded an interview together. She's a fantastic person. She has to be escorted by police all the time. On the day of the protest, the police takes her to wherever she's going, to the next protest location. And when the protest is over, the police takes her to the train station and she can then go home. So she needs constant police protection because the pro-Palestine people are very peaceful toward her. That's what happens. They're just animals wherever they go. How many of them insulted the lady? Already is what's wrong with you. Lion Deal Records. One of those flags are Jordanian. Really, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that.
It would be pretty. I mean, on the one hand, it's possible that you had like an actual Jordanian in there, so we grabbed a Jordanian flag. But the other possibility is someone didn't notice, and they're like, "Oh, get this Palestinian flag because it has the right colors."
So we are here at the pathetic pro-Palestine protest. That's how I started the video.
That's pretty funny.
Pathetic pro-Palestine protest. Let me see. Where's the Jordanian flag, man?
I don't see one.
Never. Where's the Jordanian flag?
I don't see one.
I was funny that they had a Lebanon flag there. Like, why?
Wait. Yeah, yeah, that's Lebanon right there in the middle, right?
Yeah, that's Lebanon. I don't know. I don't even see a Jordanian flag.
You should look. You should take a closer look as the one with the Lebanon flag is blowing on it. Maybe if that might be one where they had to have where they got multiple flags.
It'd be quite obvious. There's just a little star on it or something. Anyway, I believe you. No, I don't see one on here.
No,
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Maybe we'll find it one day. Al Ibn hitherto henceforth says, PM is less uncensored and more uneducated in most topics he covers. Who's PM? Piers Morgan. But we are educated on PM Uncensored when Mossab Hassan Youssef talks about his loss AP. It is. It is. In fact, it is. Mossab himself told me that they are very strict on what to say and what not to say, which doesn't sound very much like uncensored. I'm Belina. Try next time and complained at Antifa demo. This guy with black cap and black mask insulted me. Tyler LaFlamme, those countries are beyond parity, being arrested for hurt feelings. It's ridiculous. AP was walking around in a Quran onesie. He started the whole ruckus. Yeah. Breaking local Turk creates ruckus, soothes chaos in the land. I wanted to do one thing, which I decided to do again, which I decided against on the last day. I wanted to put on my FCK HMS hoodie and then go to an Arab neighborhood of Berlin and walk through there and film it all. And I got the advice from lots of people not to do that because they told me it's dangerous. And it's kind of funny. That was the entire point. I was going to point out that apparently having a hoodie which says FCK Hamas is apparently dangerous in Germany, where Hamas is considered a terrorist organization. It is ridiculous what Europeans have done to themselves. So freaking ridiculous. I didn't do it in the end. I thought I already did enough dumb stuff. I should probably get back to my family now, but maybe next time I'll do it. I don't know. Karen Fisher, who is paying the kid with the flag? Nobody. ND, thank you guys for being you and you following your convictions. Thank you so much for putting your lives on the line. And Hatun, Jesus, good. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm just doing it because Mossad tells me to do it. The Mossad.
Yeah, we follow orders.
Yeah, we follow. I'm just following orders.
As long as they keep writing the paychecks, we follow orders.
AP and the Diz are back and forth in it, mate. Yeah. Matteo Est should have yelled out, "You finished, boy," at that kid. I should have done that.
That would have been, dude. That would have been the awesome ending. They punch him in the face and you yell, "You're finished." That'd been awesome.
I didn't even see that part because when they were arresting him, I was on the other side of that place at the police vehicle, so I couldn't really see what was going on. I was just hearing the whole thing. They were yelling and all that. Okay, I have to go through some super chats very quickly here. I know David doesn't have much time, and I don't have much time either. So I have to sacrifice a few things here today. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I want to actually prepare early for a debate. We normally prepare on the day of. I want to prepare like 2 days before.
I'm going to prepare the day of the debate on my way. It's going to be a very difficult debate for me. I'm going to debate against this powerful debater called Gnostic Informant, who is actually an atheist. He had to jump in because we couldn't find any Muslim debater after Central Dawa threatened me.
Shocker.
We couldn't find any proper Muslim debater. So he jumped in to save the day, and he will now argue against me that Christianity is more harmful for society than Islam. So for me, I would say that this will be a very difficult debate. I will have a very difficult case to prove that Islam is more harmful than Christianity to society. It will be difficult, but I will do my best to have this debate and to make my point well. And I appreciate all your moral support, everybody. Hey, AP David Wood, would you come on my Conversations with Andy G podcast? That's what they do. Yes, I would totally do that. David says no. So.
Depending on how AP's goes, then I will decide.
Okay. Next protest, AP on the microphone. I want to publicly announce that I choose the cow. I did want to go there and have something like F Hamas or something, or Hamas equals terrorism.
You should have rolled up there with Mossad. That'd have been awesome.
Today is the Jewish holiday of Tu B'Shvat. Happy Tu B'Shvat. Go plant a tree. Do it right now. So you see, they're admitting that they're planting the trees.
Trees.
Peace be upon me. Welcome, Bach AP. We need some goons on the streets for pro-homo student. What is the best way you guys think to get them out of our streets? Politicians. Call your politicians, representatives. Vote for people who are going to send them away.
Now, what are we talking about? Are we talking about Germany right there? Because
everybody, everything.
Like,
everyone. Yeah,
because I mean, some places, Germany, for instance, have an election as in right now. And
yes.
So this election that is about to happen will have a lot to do with the future of Germany.
And I want to say, if I was in Germany right now, and I rarely want to put my support explicitly behind a certain party or anything like that, but if I was in Germany and I could vote in Germany for a party, I would go and vote for the AfD right now. And I know that some people have concerns, like they're scared and like, no, this is a scary party and they have extreme elements and so on. I don't care. I do not care at all. Send a message to the politicians. Send a message to the government. Send a message to the old parties. Send a message and vote for the AfD, who actually talk about remigration, who talk about closing the borders and sending people back. That's what you need to do. Stop trusting the other parties. It's nonsense. They're not doing anything. I saw AP just reverted to Jesus' religion, Islam. Says Sheikh Mike Ringling. Welcome back to the Ummah, AP. Not sure if your blood is still halal or not, though. We'll have to check. Beast mode. What's the best book to read about Sharia? There are lots of them. Lots of them. I don't really know what to suggest here.
Get Reliance of the Traveler.
That's a huge read.
I mean, but you don't have to sit there and read it all the way through. That's good to have as a reference if you want to look up what Sharia says about certain issues.
Yeah, it's a good recommendation. Skyscraper philosopher AP, I love that you're exposing Christianity. I love that you're exploring Christianity. I see you into Catholicism, but please also take a serious look at historic Protestantism before making up your mind. Gavin Ortlund on YouTube has top-tier pod content. Who is Gavin Ortlund? Gavin Ortlund? Who is Gavin Ortlund? Let's see. Gavin Ortlund. Gavin Ortlund is an American Reformed Baptist theologian, pastor, and Christian apologist. Powerful. We'll check it out. We'll check it out, inshallah. I am into Catholicism, and whether people like it or not, I have kind of been actually practicing some things over the last weeks. Despite not sitting here and thinking I believe in this or I believe in that, I have simply been following some practices, and they have been very impactful. They have been very life-changing. And I'm not doing them because I am completely convinced of things right now. I'm just doing them because I want to do them. And I'm practicing things, and I can talk about that some other time. David Abu Dawood. What's up, David Abu Dawood? He demanded severe retribution against a child who tipped water on a Syrian refugee's head, but the refugee had threatened to rape the boy's sister. He demanded severe retribution against a child who tipped water on a Syrian refugee's head, but the refugee had threatened to rape the boy's sister. What is this about? I don't even know what this is about.
Is it Piers? I don't know when this was from.
I don't know.
So basically someone is saying, this person tipped water on a refugee's head. This person must be punished. Then come to find out the refugee said, I'll rape your sister, little boy. You see?
Yeah. Did you skip my first super chat? How dare you? Yes, I probably did. Next time, come to southern Germany. I will gladly host. I didn't skip that. See? Dizzle a Pizzle. Any chance I can get a video review at some point? I recently made my first vid on Islam. It's not great, but advice is appreciated. Of course, David is going to watch it in a second now by Martyr Mouse. And is going to check it out.
Is it actually by Farfor?
Probably. Christine Jan says, happy to see you safe and live on YouTube again. Thank you for standing for the truth. Respect and love from an Armenian sister to Turkish brother. Much respect to you. Much respect to you. Armenians are based. Very based. Sarah F. AP Rosary is different in German and highly recommended. I know. One of the plans that I actually had was to go to when I started kindergarten in Germany, I went to a Catholic kindergarten, which was attached to the Catholic church that in the town that we lived at that time. I wanted to go visit that Catholic church and just explore it and maybe experience their Sunday service, their mass. But then I had to cancel that trip, so it didn't happen. I know that in German it's called Rosenkranz, and it goes differently. But yeah, I had a very funny story with that church when I was a child, where I was taken to that church during kindergarten time to just do like little workout things in the basement of that church. But I heard so much bad stuff about Christianity and Christians and church at home from my own parents that I was so scared that I was going to go to hell if I went inside that church building. And I started freaking out and had a meltdown, and they had to call my father. It was a very, very nice story from my childhood. Wilke is the legend. How about Kendrick Lamar's performance, Low Energy? Very, very off topic here. I have to say I have been listening to Kendrick Lamar's music for the longest time now. I, in fact, know like 2 of his albums by memory because I listened to them a billion different times. I thought that I don't care one bit about the Super Bowl. I don't care at all. But the only thing that I tuned in for was that performance by him for the halftime show. I thought it was very bad. I thought it was a terrible show by him. He could have done better. It was a horrible show. It was very, 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 very bad. And I say that as a big Kendrick Lamar fan. It was so boring. I cringed through it, actually. It's a bit harsh, but seriously, it was horrible.
I had it on, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Powerful. There was one thing, which is that I'm not sure what to think of it. It was funny, but he actually used that thing to just take a shot at Drake and call him a pedophile. It was funny, though. That was a funny aspect of it. Theo Wolfie, you see, Central Dawa is a Mossad agent. Rob's hand. Our plan has worked flawlessly. AP, every death threat we plan is 10 to 100,000 like a tycoon game. I know. I can't wait for the next death threat. Stefan Thomas, if I'm not scared, Mossad not, and David Wood AP also not. I'm not scared. Come at me, man. Come at me, bro. Jack Ray, I said AP is Mr. Furious. QED, powerful. Matthew is during AP versus CD debate, Muslims mocked Christians for having AP defend Christianity. DebateCon has a Christian and agnostic defending Islam now. It is funny. CO, you will never.
I have to say, I think.
What?
I think they're going to regret that. I mean, think about it. It was going to be my debate was supposed to be me defending the deity of Christ against Alex O'Connor. That's what it was going to be. It was going to be Alex O'Connor attacking the deity of Christ and me defending it. Muslims could have watched that and been cheering for Alex O'Connor because they would love it if he refuted the deity of Christ. Instead, it's going to be me and Robert Spencer. And yes, I'll be the one defending your view, Muslims, that your prophet existed. But you are not going to like this debate. Trust me, you are not going to like this debate at all. You normally have a very nice, calm D. Wood in debates using 80% of his willpower is in being nice, is focused on being nice in debates. Now you're getting an annoyed D. Wood because you guys screwed up some debates. So this is on you. You get what you deserve.
It can't be bad. You get what you deserve. You will never be safe until you accept the savior. Do you need CD to threaten you with hell too? Yes. I don't use CDs anyway. Unit Petsu will join Trump send blast Indians to Muslim nations. What in the world? What language do you speak? Trump is being very, very harsh right now. He said when he was asked about, so Hamas came out and said, we're canceling any further hostage release because Israel not respecting our wishes. They will not release any more hostages anymore. We will cancel the plan. And Trump said, well, I'll give them till Saturday.
He said, I'll give them till Saturday, dude. And if Saturday, dude, we'll just level the entire place, turn it on to one big parking lot.
Saturday,
one parking
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. And not just 2 or 3, 4, all of them. And they got to release all the hostages. If they're not released by 12 o'clock, all bets are off.
And then they are responsible. And then their response is, what time zone are you referring to? You said 12 noon, but you did not clarify which the time zone is.
Yeah. Israel then, to my surprise, I think Netanyahu said that if Hamas releases 3 hostages on Saturday, they can get the ceasefire back on track. It seems that despite Donald Trump being completely harsh, Netanyahu doesn't want to upset Israelis any further who are waiting for hostages to be released. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Stefan Thomas, that's like Mengele, only without efficiency good. What are you talking about? What are you comparing Mengele to right now? I'm really curious. Aussie nurses. Oh, you mean the nurses? Jeez.
I don't get it. When have we ever talked about... AP's like, I don't get what you're saying. When have we ever talked about anyone in the medical profession in this entire live stream?
You're talking about the nurses killing Israelis. Wow.
Yes, when have we, in this entire live stream, talked about anyone in the medical profession who harm Jews? What are you talking about? You're making zero sense here.
Yeah. Tez, but also nurses were concerning, made me think of what is to come for Christians too in UK and around the world as Islam spreads. Well, don't allow it to spread any further. It's gone too far. It is time to take things seriously. Time to take things seriously. There was a time when Europeans were defending themselves, and now you're peeing your pants. You noticed that? Ayatollah Khamenei said, "Your eyes are so beautiful. I would love to have your eyes in the world. Bro is the mayor of the rooftop." Yeshua the King, ask AI if you had to choose which religion is true based on historical evidence, philosophical coherence, spiritual experience, and social impact. I will do that. I shall do that, inshallah. Stefan Thomas, I stand with the Jews and Christians versus evil. That's what they do. Just this week, Australia passed hate speech laws which specifically target anti-Semitism. They are going to be thrown to the wolves, inshallah. Ayatollah Khamenei said, most hetero Afghan migrant be like. Gabe, what's up, Gabe? What's up, Gabe? Always good to see you here. Any nurse who claims to have harmed people while on duty, even jokingly, should face serious consequences like imprisonment or losing their license. Would love to elaborate, but YouTube doesn't like that. Yeah, I think they should be deported and all kinds of different things.
Yeah, definitely losing license and definitely deported instantly.
Deport them all, deport them all.
And that's assuming that they were joking, but I would look very closely at the people's records and who their patients were over the years, and if anyone mysteriously got worse while there.
I would say for anyone who died under their watch, just give them a life sentence. And then you can say, it was just a prank, bro. Ask AI to choose only one and it says Christianity. I want to try that in a little bit. I'm billionaire, I'm still here. Never thought of that. Imagine a country would love to get nurses and doctors from Islamic countries and thinking they would treat every man equally, especially Jews and Christians. Germany. Greybeard, lol. LOL, joke about David Wood's video yesterday. David, did you make a video about greybeards? Oh, you made a video about Lily J. What was it? You guys were harassing and bullying Lily J. What was that? What was that all about?
I'm trying to think of what a beard had to do.
But why were you bullying the poor girl Lily J?
Lily J wants attention, so sometimes you got to give her attention. But no, guys, this is Muslims are still in panic mode over the level of apostasy, the rising levels of apostasy. So they're in panic mode, and you see how desperate they are. They're clinging to people like Andrew Tate and Sneeko and now Lily J and so on. So you have all these grifters, and it can be disheartening. You're like, the same argument that we refuted and destroyed 15 years ago, now you guys are bringing back the same stupid arguments. And that's what Lily J is just recycling all the, well, let me put it this, whoever is writing her scripts for her, giving her topics, paying her to do this stuff, they're giving her the same old stupid arguments from the 1980s and so on. we now have to refute again. But it's actually good, guys. It's good because it gives us new opportunities to expose the same stupid arguments.
Yeah. I think I kind of I had said yesterday, it's like she's milking Muslims when they would want to milk her instead, but she's milking them. And I guess they're milking her too in a way. So not literally though, just differently.
They're milking each other. Put it that way.
They're milking each other. They're milking each other, and they're doing a good job with it. And then you guys started jumping in and milking her too. It's like everyone is milking each other right now. This is kind of wild stuff.
Dude, I messaged you because we'd watched some Lily J clips, and I'm just thinking, is she this stupid? Is she this stupid? Yes. Before making that video, I actually watched her entire video. It was the first time I actually sat down and watched a Lily J video all the way through. And I messaged you. I said, I think she's pure evil, man. Like, in other words, you can sit there and see if someone's sitting there with Chat GPT and say, Chat GPT, like you could think, okay, she's a freaking idiot, right? And maybe a grifter and idiot, right? But that video where she is like, I mean, when she's, Christians say that it's the Holy Spirit, that the Comforter is the Holy Spirit, and then acting like it's just Christians, like imagining it when it's in the exact same passage. It's in the exact same passage where Jesus said about the Holy Spirit. Now you're not just lying. You're lying about Jesus. You're lying about the Holy Spirit. You are on some very, very, very sick, evil ground right here. But yeah. So now it's not just an idiot and not even a grifter. It's someone who is evil, deliberately lying about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit while reading the passage. It's pretty sick.
She is evil and messed up, and she is doing this on purpose. The thing is, over the last years, I have said on several occasions, if you're a decent looking woman, if you look kind of hot, and you're white, not if you're anything else, if you're white, you can just easily go online and start smooth talking Islam, praising Islam and all that, and you can make money and can get followers. Maybe she's one of those people who listened to me and actually did that. It would be kind of sad of me to sit here and blast that person, because I was one of those people who gave those pieces of advice. And I think it's just such a stupid thing to do. It's just such a stupid situation. But
Yeah,
it really works. I mean, if you're a good-looking woman, especially, also maybe a good-looking guy, because they happen to have these very gay tendencies, especially if you have a baby face and you talk nice stuff about Islam.
Yeah, if you don't have a beard and stuff,
they'd be
yeah,
like,
they
"Oh,
love
look at this! Almost looks like a boy." Ooh, wee, ooh. But especially if you're a woman, you have higher chances. Even if you're good-looking, you can talk good stuff about Islam. They will follow you. They will want to milk you. They will also want to milk you, and they will send you messages saying, marry me, oh, you're so beautiful, wow, you're so smart, so intelligent. You can be like literally the dumbest person in the world and say, wow, I never knew that Jesus' real name isn't actually Jesus. They didn't actually call him Jesus. Yeah, you will have Muslims be like, oh my gosh, you are the most beautiful and most intelligent woman I've ever seen. And you will get lots of money and followers. Like this is how these guys are. They are pathetic. And I'm not joking. She actually has a video in which she says, did you guys know that his name wasn't even Jesus? And
That's
the point
right.
is,
It was
that they didn't refer to
Easter.
him. The point is that they didn't refer to him as Jesus in the English, the way we say it. That's literally her point. That's a video. That is a freaking video. Anybody, if you're halfway decent looking and you are white, you can do it.
And make the dumbest points imaginable and get paid from it. So if you're if you're a good looking woman, especially blonde, they love blonde, and you don't want to go any traditional route, and you don't mind doing whatever it takes to make money, you got the OnlyFans route, and you got the Dawa grift route. Either one of those, you can get paid.
E4 Mafia, I'm very, very happily surprised. I thought I am one of the very few people who frequently think about this meme. David probably doesn't know. This is from a song from a long time ago, which was making fun of certain Indian people sending thirst comments to people, and somebody made a song of it. And in that song, there was this one message which just said, "Milk truck just arrived," and it's always in my head. It makes me very happy seeing that. Oh man, it's so ridiculous. Gabe, I can say from experience, Muslims are not afraid to get in your face and be aggressive towards you. Yes, you need to have basic self-defense skills, but more importantly, situational awareness skills. Powerful. Powerful. Thank you, Gabe. David has all of that. Raisin bread, because of all the money AP got, he will now be able to make more Muslims leave Islam. You see what you did, Central Dawa. You're going to be the reason for a lot of Muslims to leave Islam. This is true. Central Dawa, you imbecile, you idiot.
Yeah.
You dumb
Hey, AP,
idiot.
you should make a super awesome video. Like, matter of fact, even when you're releasing some of the stuff you recorded in Germany and so on, you should have at the end. Special thanks, shout out to this video's sponsor, Central Dawa, who paid for the entire trip.
That is pretty good. Pretty good. I just want to revisit this here for a second. I swear by Allah.
L, are we allowing him to make fun of my holy texts?
What's the problem?
Problem is you're having a intellectual debate.
You literally just said I deserve to be executed. Your religion also commands that apostates like myself should be executed. So
100%, yes. 100%, yes. How many people are watching this live? 1.4K people.
You literally just said that I, as an apostate, deserve to be executed.
I swear by Allah. When I see you in February,
For this upcoming debate conference, both AP and Central Dawa will be there in Newark, New Jersey.
James rolls right with it. Hey, don't forget, everyone.
When I see you in February.
Yeah.
Hey, Central Dawa. Look what I did. You want to threaten me too?
Oh no!
Go and post your threat. Go and post your threat, Central Dawa. I need a.
Oh no!
I need some new equipment.
Oh no!
I swear by Allah. AP, when I see you in February, you're going to be plastered everywhere on social media. That's my word in front of 1.4 thousand people.
Whoa, what does that mean?
When I see you in February, you'll see.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
What does that mean? Explain to us.
You'll see.
It sounds a little bit weird.
No. I'm going to take AP out for coffee. Take him out.
Isn't he sick though? He wants to take you out for a little date. What the heck, dude? AP's married. AP's married, and he's not interested in the pics that you send.
I am not gay.
Yes,
you literally just said that I deserve to be executed because I'm an apostate, and then you have an issue with the L-shaped Quran.
You're 100% halal. You're 100% halal.
You got a lot of questions.
Wait, James, wait, can you say that again? Central Dawa?
Your blood is halal.
Your blood is halal. So yeah, that's that. Shout out to Central Dawa, the imbecile in the room.
But how come AP get the $100,000 and no one wants to sign up for my powerful Dawa? Christians are such hypocrites.
All I did was say that I want him killed. Why aren't you supporting me instead, you hypocrites? I support your work. My comment, AP, you're not allowed to say animals, you're genocidal, was simply to quote from Western media, you see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dove Black. I appreciate it. Raisin bread because of all that money. Oh, yes. I read this. Jonathan. Hey, AP, have you read Surprised by Joy? It's C.S. Lewis's autobiography of his faith journey. I have not. Isn't there a movie about him? I feel like my wife was watching a movie about him, of his life.
There was
and I kind of watched it too by accident.
No, they had two versions. They had one with Anthony Hopkins, and that was
oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, what was that called?
He was eating people alive.
That was about because he married a woman named Joy Davidman, and she eventually got cancer and so on.
It is kind of wild that he was eating people's flesh, though. It's like I didn't know he was a cannibal. Yeah.
I said Anthony Hopkins, and someone said Red Dragon, where he played Hannibal Lecter.
I know. That's what I think of. Noel, these two medical workers were fired. Investigation says no patients were harmed. Deportation would be better, but at least some action was taken. Powerful. C.S. Lewis ate some guy's brain in one of those movies. It's kind of based.
Oh, Shadowlands. Yeah, I saw two versions of that over the years. One was an earlier British version, maybe made for TV, and then they made it like movie theater movie for with Anthony Hopkins.
Powerful. That's a good comment. That must have been his atheist face when he was eating people.
Yeah.
Michael.
Oh yeah. Then he changed, but he still had his weird sense of humor. And he said, an atheist said I shouldn't have converted to Christianity. I ate his liver with fava beans.
Man. Michael Holtz, AP, where can I regularly update you on anti-Semitism in Australia? Not sure if you've seen my messages on X. We are fast becoming 1930s Germany. Are you messaging me? I receive 50,000 messages every day on Twitter, and half of those are "I want to kill you" and "you're bastard and ugly and disgusting." 25% are "hello, sexy."
Send me pics. I send you pics.
Do you get those things too?
My name is Ahmed. I send you pics of
Do you get those
my balls.
stupid bots that are like, "Oh, hey, you look so handsome. Do you want to meet?" It's like these stupid bots that have become really, really annoying.
I just block them. I just block them real quick.
Yeah, and then I have like half people are like, "I want to kill you," and then I have supporters also here and there occasionally. I will seek you out and see. James, AP has some riz. I would brag about it if it didn't come from bots, you know. Nobody is a real human and says to me, "Hey, sexy." Yeah, Steppenwolf 972, donate to Myron's plastic surgery fund. Powerful. Stefan Thomas says it's no illegal to say it was banned, but not illegal. What? It's banned, but not illegal. Okay, so you can't say, if you say it, you have a fine. Okay, kids on RX Muslim are seething at your rosary post. They probably are. It's because of that post where I said exploring a new future, and I posted a rosary. That's why they are seething.
You should check out the ex-Muslim on Reddit and see what they're saying at some point.
I should do that. I used to look at that place many, many years ago. Then I stopped because it's just a bunch of crybabies trying to, like, complaining about what public ex-Muslims like me do, while just being there anonymous and trying to tell us all what to do instead. La 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 la. I see a post by Apostate Aladdin there. That's where Apostate Aladdin is famous.
Oh, that's where his fans are?
Yeah.
You have some Reddit fans?
Yeah.
Imagine a Muslim seeing AP post this. That Muslim will be very offended at seeing the cross. After all, the Muslim believes that Jesus is going to return and destroy all crosses.
Oh no. Oh no. Ra, 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 ra. Let's see. Gosh. Okay, I see some posts about me there.
Are they crying?
People ordered Apostate Prophet hints his possible conversion to Christianity, and I respect it, says somebody. Wait a minute, this doesn't look really that bad. Why are we talking trash about this now? Huh. That's interesting. It doesn't look that bad. Look, this post here says, Apostate Prophet hints his possible conversion to Christianity, and I respect it. Huh. Please do not jump to attack AP or anything. This is his personal choice, and it is not ours. So yeah, AP is potentially coming out as a Christian. Didn't happen yet. I know some people have said that this is what's happening, but it didn't happen yet. I'm just exploring things right now. I don't know about you all, but I saw it coming a long time ago. His best buddy is a Christian apologist. Hey, I think that's talking about you, David.
What?
He spends time with other Christian apologists. I don't know why this is bold. He even engages in Christian apologetics. This is true. And also his wife is Christian. That is true as well. But this is not bold, so very poorly written. Sorry. He often wears the cross in live streams and shows his Bible, etc. I only did that recently, actually. I didn't. I'm wearing it right now as well. He often wears the cross, but what I could do, I don't intend to spread any hate against him, and I respect it if he actually wants to be a Christian.
Too late!
Well, this is a very, very respectful and very nice post. I mean, I appreciate this. I would expect something hateful here, but this is very, very nice.
We're
This
just
is probably
guessing
written by
that we're guessing
this is
that that's
probably
not the end of it.
this is probably an atheist here who was saying something very nice about it. So, you know, very, very nice. Honestly, what's it to me? What anyone else? Look at this. It's very nice, man. Who's seething here? These are very nice posts. I'm sorry, I'm gonna hate on this. I'm so disappointed.
Well, you better listen to Slutty Cupcake 7.
Slutty Cupcakes.
When I try to make big, important decisions, I always think, what would Slutty Cupcake 7 say about this? Let me seek some very important life advice from Slutty Cupcake 7 on Reddit.
Slutty Cupcakes. Slutty Cupcake says, I'm sorry, I'm going to hate on this. I'm so disappointed. Leaving Islam just to follow another Abrahamic religion? No, it's actually leaving Islam to follow an Abrahamic religion. It's not another Abrahamic religion, considering that Islam is not an Abrahamic religion. There are two main Abrahamic religions, which are Christianity and Judaism. Islam is not an Abrahamic religion. Islam is just an attempt to follow an Abrahamic religion while being pagan and appropriating Jewish and Christian beliefs. That's what it is. His videos have been a significant part of my journey to becoming an atheist. Beast. But whatever. This was sort of expected after he started hanging out with that Christian YouTuber dude. Can't remember his name.
All that matters is your name, Slutty Cupcake 7. I only remember my name, Slutty Cupcake 7.
Yeah. No hate to Slutty Cupcake 7. Slutty Cupcake 7, I wish you all the best. And I'm glad that I could help you on your way out of Islam, dear Slutty Cupcake 7. I don't hate on you for your choices. I don't think you should hate on me for my choices, Slutty Cupcake. Maybe you should join the show here so we can talk about it together.
Yes, Slutty Cupcake 7.
I'm kidding.
You can join us live.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Wish you all the best. It's like switching from smoking to vaping. Less toxic, but still bad for you in unexpected ways. At least you're admitting that that Christianity is much less toxic than Islam. So that's a good thing here. It's more like successfully quitting smoking for a while and then getting a vaping addiction later.
It's like going from being kicked in the nuts to being kicked in the face.
Less toxic at the moment. Wait until American and Brazilian what Brazilian evangelists expand the same way radicals did.
Watch out for those Brazilian evangelists.
Watch until they do Brazilian waxing. But with a lot more money and tech available, evangelism is about to match Islam. This is garbage. Hungry knowledge. Hungry knowledge. You seem like you're very hungry for knowledge and you really, really need more. You seem starving.
Oh,
you look like you're starving
for Slutty Cupcakes.
You just look like you're starving for knowledge. This is complete garbage. This is complete nonsense. This is some new atheist perspective that only the least informed new atheists would adopt. This is complete nonsense. Islam isn't the way it is because, or Christianity isn't the way it is because it is just in a different phase right now. Christianity never was the way Islam is or was. These are different religions. All religions are not the same. They are not similar. They're very, 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 very different at their core. And even by the way, they started spreading and so on. You really need to open your mind instead of reading Reddits. I would laugh his ass off when people... I would laugh his ass off? What does that even mean? When people...
It's always funny when the people who are like trying to school you are like barely literate.
When people point out the Christian contradictions and he's fighting nail and tooth to point out why they aren't contradictions. I don't think I would ever do that, to be honest. All the passages supporting slavery. No, I think they're actually very based. I know that there are passages in the Bible, especially the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, in which slavery is instructed, and I think that there is no problem with them at all. Yes, I said it right here. Do you want me to say it again? I know for a fact that there are passages in the Old Testament, also known as the Hebrew Bible, which have instructions on slavery. And no, I do not think that they are a problem at all. In fact, I think that they were probably necessary for their time, and it was a necessity to have slavery at the time that those texts were meant for. In the time, let's say 3,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago, it was significantly more difficult to simply make peace with an aggressive population, with an aggressive tribe, with aggressive folks, and to simply make peace, sit down, and go on about your life. It was a very, very different environment from today. Slavery was a way of making peace with those who want to overcome and annihilate you. We didn't have a universal declaration of human rights. We had different sides trying to exterminate each other. And slavery was a good way to stop the other side in an extermination war. And instead of exterminating them, preventing them from trying to exterminate you again and putting them to work and gradually releasing them. Of course, over time, things changed. But at the time, it was an absolutely necessary thing. In a time where societies are not quite as developed as they became later on, this was a completely normal way to handle things. The alternative would be to put them all to the sword. Of course, in today's time, things are quite different. It should absolutely not be considered at all. It is horrible. There are many different ways to handle peace and war.
You can actually get a glimpse of the idea by looking at things that happen today, right? Like when people are reading the Bible, they're doing something very different from what you just said. They're not saying, okay, what was reality actually like? They're thinking, oh, why not just make a modern liberal democracy there and then tell everyone to be a modern liberal democracy? People should have caught on to why that doesn't work simply by attempts today to say, hey, let's go ahead and make Syria a modern liberal democracy and Iraq and so on. They keep going in there. Let's get rid of the tyrant, give the people democracy. What happens? They become terrorist states overnight, right? Guys, it takes a while. It takes a long time, as in centuries, to get people to change, right? And if you want a glimpse, just imagine Israel right beside Gaza. I mean, this is the 21st century. This is the 21st century. What do you do with a bunch of people right next to you who want to annihilate and rape and torture you and stuff? What do you do? Fortunately, they have like an Iron Dome system and so on that you didn't have that. You didn't have that thousands of years ago. So what's your plan for being surrounded by a bunch of people who want to exterminate you constantly? What do you do? Guess what? Whatever happens, it's going to be kind of difficult and it's going to be pretty darn messy. And looking back at whatever you do, if you somehow manage to survive all of that, I guarantee you, you had to be harsh with people at certain points, or you wouldn't have been among the people who actually survived.
Yes. I would say that even passages where they were instructed to go and fully destroy and annihilate the other side because of their repeated violations against them are completely fine and explicable. And in fact, such things could be extended to situations that arose much, much later over time, over the last 2,000 years. Times are changing. Is it acceptable, in my opinion, to that over the last 500 years, certain populations went around and started capturing and trading slaves and putting them to work and torturing them? Absolutely not. These were unnecessary, brutal, ruthless acts of inhuman behavior that I think is worthy of condemnation. That said, I can't lose much sleep over it. People would for people who engaged in certain practices like that, these were bad things. We have learned from those things. We move on and so on. But to say that from now to 5,000 years ago, slavery was always morally wrong, and everyone who did that and everyone who instructed it is bad and evil. It's cool. It's good for you to say that right now. It's easy for you to say that right now. You can't really justify that very much. It's very, very difficult to make the point that slavery was a horrible, unacceptable thing 4,000 or 3,000 years ago. Times change. Powerful. Let's see what else. Abraham managed to avoid his debts. These garbage things about the Bible, man. Correction. Trying to privately DM me to save my soul. Please stop trying. More like switching from smoking crack to vaping. This is a better comparison. I kind of like this one. So, more like switching from smoking crack to vaping. That's a better comparison here. So many people think he's serious. If you watched him or paid attention recently, you'd have noticed he's been grifting his Christian audience for a while now. This is just the next step of that grift. Yeah, I'm totally grifting, man. Totally grifting here.
The grifter.
Grifting. Grift. This is so cynical. This whole attitude here. This is typical cynicism. This is a perfect example of a cynicism, which is to assume that somebody who does things that you don't agree with must be doing them for an evil ulterior purpose. Like you have this natural distrust for people who disagree with you and think, oh, they must be doing it because they're evil.
It reminds me, I mean, seriously, I mean, these are atheists, but it reminds me of in Islam, when someone leaves Islam, they always have to explain it by he was paid, or he was never really a Muslim, or he's paid by Jews, or it's for this or for that. And they can't get their minds around someone just being like, you know what, after looking into this, I don't believe this guy's a prophet. It has to be for something else. And you have atheists who are the exact same way. If someone leaves atheism and adopts it, it's for something else. It's for some other reason. You're grifting or something else. Or you got a psychological problem.
D. Boudreaux. Did David Wood say all these atheists backing down from Islam? Who are the others beside Alex? David, answer.
I'm talking about the comments, and D. I specifically
David, who are all the other atheists beside Alex backing down from Islam?
Oh, you mean like Dawkins?
Oh,
yeah, Dawkins used to. As soon as they start getting threatened, they get real quiet. Yeah, you don't remember the famous interview with who was that? Was that Piers?
Yeah.
When someone was asking about him, he was going, "Nope, don't want to talk about that." Nope, and he just wouldn't say a word. And I'm not. D. It's more. I don't just look around. Just look around. They all end up doing the same things. They all slowly over time, once the threats start going in, they just start talking about other things more and more and more and more and more until eventually they're just blasting away at Christianity in every interview and then leaving it over here. But it's also that, like, their fans and so on. Again, read the comments. There are atheists who are going, no, we do need to take a stand against Islam. And there are just so many who are, I can't believe you're criticizing Alex for not going through with the debate when, if he feels threatened. It was like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? But, and by the way, D, I've been, just in setting up debates over the years, you find out that there are atheists who, yes, let's debate, but let's make sure we never discuss Islam at any point on anything and so on. It's a thing. What?
Next AA video, AP pushing pro-slavery sentiments. Powerful. Open up cloth, show me Bob. Yeah, this is one of those things that people used to say. Please, where did your grandpa head? David, this is for you. Just tried and AI picked Hinduism, Buddhism. Lame AI. What Muslim Pete told me about Jews was Volksverhetzung. Volksverhetzung is the German term for inciting hate among people. It's banned. So AP is a Christian now. Total Sigma move, said Alex Wasabi. I'm not officially a Christian. I'm kind of reluctant in sharing my like all the details of where I am right now, but because I just don't know where I'm going. But I've been feeling kind of weird lately, and I think maybe it's due to my wife making a step and becoming full Orthodox Christian. I started just embracing some of the things that I had for many years now. My interest in engaging in certain Christian practices, which I avoided for the longest time. but then started doing, and it actually started making me feel better about life and about myself. There is something that I have to say about atheism, and this might sound like I'm kind of using, I don't know, religion or Christianity just as a remedy or something like that. It might kind of be like a reinforcement of Karl Marx's idea that people use religion as painkiller or as medication. I don't care, whatever it is right now. There is a thing about atheism, which is that I know that there are lots of people out there who might be able to live as atheists properly, and who might live their lives, who might go on with their lives, who have fun throughout their lives with atheism and all that. I spent many, many years just continuing with an atheist mindset, and it has been incredibly difficult for me. Maybe it's because I have a different lifestyle. Maybe it's because I don't engage in I don't know, the daily activities of just having an active, fun life and going partying and all that, and just, doing whatever happens during the day. I spend a lot of time thinking about things, and spending my life as an atheist has been extremely difficult for me. I know for some people it works. For me personally, it is very, very difficult. It's very difficult. I often find myself in a corner of complete hopelessness and emptiness, and I do make sense of finding meaning or drawing my own sense of meaning in this emptiness and hopelessness, but it only works to a point, after which I feel like, you know what? If I really get to the bottom of it, there really is no purpose and no meaning. There really is no future. There really is nothing to look forward to. There really is nothing to live for. And yes, all the values, all the wonderful things in the world, if I really if I really think about them deeply to the end, there really is no reason to believe in right and wrong. There really is no reason to continue and to build a world that I know has no further purpose except that we simply exist here and we're going to die, and there is no reason for me to contribute in any good way to this world around me. Even if I like it for now, I will contribute to it. I don't have to contribute to it. It will just fade away. I will die. It will go on, and the other people around me will die one day, and the planet is all meaningless. The universe is meaningless. Everything is meaningless. There is just nothing there. Nothing at all. There is a bunch of hopelessness, bunch of darkness, and it often pushed me to a very, very dark place of, why the hell am I even doing anything at all? For the last month or so now, I told my wife one day that I just want to join and go to church with her, and I did go there. After I went to church with her, I didn't really know what to think. I felt a little bit confused and pushed away, and just wanted to spend some time in my own head about it. Didn't know what to really make of it, but I liked some of the things that happened in church. I didn't go the week after that. Then I asked her again. I told her again I want to go again. I actually felt like going this time, and it felt really good. And after church, I talked to people there, and it was kind of funny because people at the church recognized me. And it's like the only place where suddenly more than one person just recognizes me. Apparently, if I go to a Christian environment, there are suddenly many people in some small town just recognizing me from the stuff that I do online. And people sit down and talk to me about things, and I feel the community aspect again. I engage in religious practices. For the last month, I actually started going back to asking for help and praying. And for the longest time, I didn't want to do any such thing. I didn't want to pray. I kind of rejected it. I didn't want to do it. But I sat down and started actually doing it, and simply practicing things even if I don't believe in them. And guess what? It started bringing me a lot of peace and meaning, and putting me in a very everything is okay kind of place. And it feels good. And at this point, if you ask me what I believe, I don't know what I believe. I don't know if I believe in anything at all. But I have been practicing something. And yes, I have been going with some Catholic stuff. I have been practicing the rosary and praying and things like that. And it's very beautiful, and I like doing it. No matter if it's currently if it's true or not, I honestly don't care at this point right now. It's doing very good things, and that's what I'm going with. I'm not really sure what will come after this. That's the most candid explanation of where I have been over the last month or so. That's that. Yeah. David is like, how boring, man. Yeah. David, don't you have to go? You told me that you want to.
Had to go 1,000 years ago. Here you are. You got 50. You got 59 super chats to go. If you spent 1 minute on each super chat, that would still be another hour. If you spend 10 to 15 minutes per super chat, which is what you're doing right now, it's a good. We're gonna be here all night long.
Get the hell out of here!
I'll hang out for a few more.
Okay. Have you seen the first time Tommy was on Piers' old show? I've never seen Piers treat anyone like he did Tommy. Yeah, I heard that he was very bad to him. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, we might want to go. Want to dial things back at some point.
Everyone is talking about Kanye's anti-Semitism. No one is mentioning Kanye has gone all the way around back to "We was kings." Welcome home, bro. Now that I know Kanye is full Yakubian, I will be sending up my top big-headed scientist to help him with his tweets. Powerful. Glad you're back, AP. Thought we lost you in Germany. Thank you, Purple Stripe. Rivers Orksy, did the FBI remove Comedy Central Dawa's account? I don't know. Did they? Grauenritter, one thing that is a sticking point on the right is that Jews usually vote for very left-wing causes. Many new conservatives resent his past voting record and believe they caused far-left trends. Jews are very careful, and lots of them are kind of afraid of things and vote accordingly. But the last election in the US, for example, is one where we have seen a huge shift among Jewish voters toward the right, toward voting for Trump. So especially religious Jewish people will tend to vote for right and center, whereas the secular Jewish people tend to vote for leftist things. But if we just put them all together as Jews, of course, you will get a leftist trend, which I think is a shame, because Jews just hurt themselves right now by voting for people who don't care about Jewish safety at all. Stefan Thomas, I don't know how Piers can stand those, but not TR, Tommy Robinson. True. Annabelle, any thought about the recent comments from the Pope about U.S. immigration policy? Seems misguided for the Pope to get involved in politics. Yeah, I think that is one of those things that I think the papacy, the Pope, should not comment on these things very much. Yeah, but that's just my 2 cents. Cruz, glad to you, but I've always had this respect for the position of the Pope, so I just don't want to comment on it very much. Cruz, glad you and your family are safe and well. AP, glory to Jesus Christ, the true God of Abraham. Piers contemns Islamophobes, but loves moral gains. That's what he does.
Urinating upon one another. That's what they do.
Grauenritter, also Marin's name Amru Fuddle. I bet that's Elmer Fudd in some language.
Sounds like it.
Who is more articulate? Yeah.
It sounds like it. Like you wonder if like his parents are like watching Bugs Bunny and they're like, "Oh, Elmer Fuddle, he is very based. He hunt the rabbit."
No, they just brought in his sister. Divine Mercy, UK does the same as the US Southern rural accents are seen as stupid and uneducated and unsophisticated versus Northern accents.
No. You have different accents and you have people who would be thought to be stupid and so on. You don't have this vicious classism where these people shouldn't be allowed to speak and they have to be shut down.
Very British thing. Yeah. Jew from Khaybar says Piers Morgan is the Jerry Springer of 2025. My latest clip on X. Gotta check that out. Jew from Khaybar posts some good stuff. Khaybar. Deborah Friedman, what's up, Deborah? Nice to see you home. Take Morgan blocking you as a badge of honor. I will. It's right here. Ayatollah Khamenei, a little birdie told me Piers takes quarter-annual flights to the Gulf states for unknown reasons. I've never met a world leader I admire more than Mohammed bin Zayed, said Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is a B.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
Big scumbag. I'll be making sure to comment directly to Piers Morgan about his betrayal of my people by platforming Nazis like Moron Gaines while blocking our true allies. This is true, but it's just British people. That's just what they do.
Urinating upon one another. That's what they do.
Moo Joe, I do not think he has a problem with Jews. He makes a lot of money from the Jew haters. It's all about the money. More anti-Semitic in the world. It is what it is. Yeah, I think so. I think he also has a problem with Jews because
urinating upon one another. That's what they do.
Day Song. Thank you, Day Song. Rex Danger, reading Robert Spencer, my gut says Mo existed, but I can't give a logical reason aside from embarrassing stories. Yeah, I think Robert Spencer is wrong. Muhammad definitely existed.
If you want to know how we can show that Muhammad existed, just check out the debate on Saturday. It will become abundantly clear how we know that Muhammad existed.
So David will. Oh my God.
What?
I think I can predict the angle that you're going to go.
Of course you can.
Okay, I see it now. So now that you say it,
you ain't seen nothing, bud.
Now I see it. Yeah, I think the debate between Robert Spencer and David Wood will be a very, very interesting one, especially for Muslims to watch.
Well, and guys, I'm totally serious. I'm totally serious in what I'm arguing.
Whoa. They call me Tim, said it's nice having you back live streaming. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Do most Muslims really not know how disgusting Islam is? Missed you, AP, said Tezbot. It's difficult to see it the same disgusting way when you are part of Islam. But there are also lots of aspects that most Muslims are not aware of. So yeah, most Muslims do not actually know Islam as much as David and I, for example, do. Or as our regular viewers do, even. It's kind of funny. Karen Fisher, the UK returned back to the Neville Chamberlain appeasement strategy. That has been a very British way of doing things for a while now. It's kind of embarrassing. Shane Johnson says, what's up, Shane? How can people join the Catholic denomination with a history of martyring heretics, suppression of truth, false doctrines like Eucharist, indulgences, confessing to men, etc.? Truly wondering. It's a good question. You should ask Catholics. David, what do you say about this? Thank you. Christian Theology and Apologetics says, how long until the UK is living on the Sharia law? 30 years.
They're already living under elements of it.
Yeah. Gabe, can't wait to see you at DebateCon. Can't wait to see you, Gabe. And D. Badro, did David Wood say that all atheists backing down from Islam? Who are the others besides Alex?
You already read that.
I wanted to ask you again just to embarrass you. Shane Johnson, thoughts on the Australian nurses confessing to killing Jews?
Yeah, we should figure that out.
Put them in prison and then deport them. Nathaniel H. Hey, AP and Dawood. I know it's a little old, but I saw your vlog together in Israel. Question, what's both of your height in feet and inches?
About 6'3".
You asked me about things, feet and inches.
AP doesn't even, he's under the metric system. He doesn't even know what feet and inches are.
I think I'm like 5'9" or something. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. A radical cleric. I have named my pet Big Mohammed. He needs a free Quran to read while he is in his tent, sheltering from the cold. Surely he will be inspired. That's what they will do. I received some new Qurans today, and I also got a fire pit. Gonna be some good stuff happening. Michael Feldman. I used to think that an upright imam would rise to cleanse Islam of this filth. It seems I was naive. You were indeed. Islam cannot be fixed. It is bound to die. Asa says, so pleased to see you a handsome pair back. Asa always here calling us handsome and flattering us. making me all go red now. No, it was Islamophobia awareness week at my uni, and I was against 5 Dawas at once. Quite a threatening situation as a woman. Thanks for your content. The polemics really helped me. God bless. Well, I'm very proud and happy to hear this. Good going.
It's also something you should bring up in that situation is to remind them, hey, I'm sitting here and I just schooled you on that point. Muhammad says I'm intellectually deficient. So what's that say about you guys? If I'm by nature stupid and I'm schooling all you guys, what's that say about you? How stupid are you?
Daniela Meza said metric system for the win, LOL. There you go. See? The metric system actually makes sense. The whole foot inch thing is like, what are you talking about? What is this?
That's a weird thing where I actually agree. Metric system, everything in like tens, centimeters, meters, kilometers, things like that makes sense. And for some reason, America, no, let's go with 12 inches to a foot and so on. And
inches. What's wrong?
The only thing that kind of makes sense from our system is with temperature.
No, what are you talking about? You have Celsius. You go to 0 and you are freezing. That's it.
Celsius is better if you're in a chemistry lab. If you're talking about weather, 100 degrees is a really hot day. 0 degrees is a really, really cold day. That makes sense. 0 to 100, baby. 0 to 100. You guys be like, oh, it's 37 degrees. I think, oh, that's nice. Wrong. You don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. 37 degrees.
Because we could start a war over this. But,
The Western Desert lives and breathes in 45 degrees. I couldn't even figure out what the heck he was talking about when I was a kid, because he's talking about the metric system.
The weight system is also much better. It's like when you go with the grams and kilograms and so on. It's like when you talk about pounds and ounces. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, you seriously wonder what people were thinking. I don't even know what they were thinking, right? So 16 ounces and 1 pound. It's like, why? I don't know. It's weird.
I still don't get it. I still don't know how many inches there are until you get another foot or something, or how to measure a foot.
12 inches in a foot, AP.
You say that, but I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, foot inches, what? Razi, hey, what's up, Razi? Shout out to Razi here. AP closeted gay boys in Pakistan have that hairstyle. They do. Yeah. GoTub says milking one another. That's what they do. Yep. La Petite Chris says everyone is milking each other in goat screams. That's what they do. Where's my goat? Here. My comment was about Piers. See Tommy's Silence documentary. The clip is in there. Must watch if you haven't already. This is for you, David. Key Kavus, I think David should bite AP so he can become a psychopath. This way he can defend himself easier and enjoy intense situations. Gee, how he was. Powerful. That's how it works, apparently, in the real world. Alec Wasabi, so AP is a Christian now? Total Sigma move. Razi, AP, you can't say you're not gay with that hairstyle. I just let it go lately. I don't know. Like with this. It will be funny to make a video montage, says Jack Ray, having a ching sound and gold coin animation over every threat by CD in that debate to troll CD even harder. Brett's G, Diddy Grandpa hat, please. You get aura when you wear it. Mark Edge, I watched the first video of Peterson going through the gospel with a bunch of academics and having nuanced conversations, and thought that what would it be like if Muhammad Hijab was there? That'll be a funny comparison. Alhamdulillah Shawarma Ibn Tahini says, are you going to appear in public on February? How can I see you? I would love to see his attempt at plastering you on social media and turn him into the next joke in the Talmudic tunnels. Are we going to appear in public? I don't think so, right?
I mean, DebateCon is kind of public.
But it's going to be behind a screen, you know. People are just going to come there to watch us live debate, but it's actually going to be us behind the scenes through a monitor. I'm just kidding. Christina, what's up, Christina? Is the ex-Muslim movement growing in Germany? It is. It is growing bigly. The Muse, the Syrian boy is why Tommy Robinson is in prison. Silence about it. Powerful. Beareds G says, let's have a coffee date, AP. I won't bring a sharp object. Also, Central Dawa destroyed you in that debate. Also, David should get Cartier buffs. He should. Brett's G, David, every time you do that one voice, I want to sock you in the faith. Do I have demons that need to be casted out of me? Yes, you do. M. McFly says, it's afternoon tea time here in Oz. Probably time for a slutty cupcake.
7 of them.
I forgot about the slutty cupcake. Now I'm remembering it again.
No one forgets the slutty cupcake.
What in the world is that? Kefizat Mashiach says, if Coward Okonjob only didn't show because of threats, surely he is willing to debate the same topic over Zoom. Or did he realize his position is weak? Yeah, why didn't he stick to just making it over the screen or something?
I don't know that guys, think about it. So he's not being threatened, right? He wasn't being threatened. It was AP who was threatened by a walking clown emoji, Central Dawa. I don't know of anyone who thinks Central Dawa is actually going to do anything and try to charge through security and so on. So there's heavy security at the debate. So and if anyone showed up to murder people, who are they going after? A, AP, B, me, or C, Alex O'Connor. Who are they going for? Seriously. Alex O'Connor would have been there attacking the deity of Christ. Who sees him as a target? No one. So that's the issue. If you wanted to say, oh, okay, well, he feels threatened even in that situation, so why not set it up over Zoom? There's a problem there. Once you have given the jihadis this kind of power, like even if I think there could potentially be a threat against anyone, I'm going to back down. How are you going to even set up a debate online? Because what happens when a Muslim messages you and says, shut down this debate or I'll kill you when I see you? Alex has already taken down a video that he got threatened over. So this is controlling his online video behavior, not just his public appearances. So that's an issue.
That's what they do. Erotic cakes. Yeah, that's true. Can AP not say the word pig? No, I can't. It's actually forbidden for me by my religion. I can't say the word pig. I like you both. Even I'm German. Sorry for that. I forgive you. Metalmorphosis. David would start a GFM. I'd happily donate for new gear. Do so, David.
I'm good. But if a situation arises, I'll let everyone know. But I have a tricked out MacBook. I have a tricked out Mac Studio. I've got pretty good cameras. So like the computer stuff and cameras that's the only stuff I will actually buy something expensive for. Other than that, I'm pretty ghetto.
David, have you heard of simultaneous brightness contrast? It would help your case against materialism because it confirms our brains forfeit truth for survival, said joking, jingling John Killer.
Help your case against materialism because it confirms our brains forfeit truth for survival. I'll have to check that out.
Check it out. MT, AP at Sharia kill vid Elon's platform where American Muslims are discussing toppling America when they re-establish the caliphate. They should. If I was a Muslim, I would want to destroy America and turn it into an Islamic state as well. So,
And you would fail.
Yeah. Stefan Thomas, sorry that my English isn't das Gelbe vom Ei. Do you say that in English too? The yellow of the egg, the gold of the egg. When you refer to something good, solid. That's funny. Ari Wasserman, what's up, Ari? Long time no see. Ari Wasserman, what's up? Ari Wasserman said, for the profit fund and offering you as Tristan date before you benefits to convert to Judentum. It would be funny if Jews were going around doing that as well. Like, hey, how about you convert to Judaism? We will give you benefits in Israel, benefits over here. I give you many benefits if you convert to our religion and talk good about it. This is pathetic. This is actually what Islamic countries do. Yes. This is what Islamic countries and Islamic authorities actually do. Yeah, how about we give you some benefits? Wallahi, we give you benefits. We give you big things in our country. Wallahi, and you can convert to Islam and talk good about Islam. Alhamdulillah. How about this? It's a good deal. Wallahi, very good deal. How pathetic, man. How pathetic. Go top. The real reason you should become Christian, but hey, thank you, Ari. The real reason you should become Christian is that you'll get that final penny from Ellie. This is true. That is true. AP Return to Faith, Parable of the Lost Son, said Desson. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. AP read Job's Book of Job. He was clearly Muslim. AP talking about this sounds like Jimmy McConney says, AP talking about this sounds like me, David Wood, in It's Jesus or Nothing. Soon he will take his Christian Shahada, Deus vult. That's what David would say.
We'll see.
Stocky Pants, thank you. Thoughts on imposter sister Lucia. Who is Lucia? Who is Lucia? Diddy Grandpa had verses 1. We want verses 2, version 2. Shua Roth says, Orthodox Jews, aka religious, have had a past record of always voting for Republicans, like 95%. Plus, the non-religious Jews are fully secular and tend to align with the left, whom run away from religion. Yeah, that's been my observation as well. Religious Jews, Orthodox Jews, exclusively vote for Republicans in America. And they get the bad rep of the secular Jews who vote for the other side. It's kind of funny. Shua Roth is also, it is very cool that you're open to Christianity after all you've been through with religion. Try for all you do. Thank you for all you do, especially for your fair coverage of Israel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Assuming that you're Jewish, this is clearly, the Gropers would say this is you trying to act like Jews don't hate all Christians and spit on them by trying to speak nicely about Christianity.
Nice try.
Thank you. I love you guys and your people. Sivako, you know the state of Islam is bad when Daily Wire argues for Muhammad's existence in a debate against another Christian. This is true.
It is interesting. I mean, again, Hijab said he wouldn't show up and defend Muhammad for $80,000. Isn't that crazy? Like, you can offer piles of cash to them. Can you please, we're begging you guys, just defend your prophet for a debate. Won't do it.
That's what they do. It's kind of weird that you're debating Richard Spencer, though. Mm-hmm. Answering LDS said David Wood. Is the underdetermination of data really as big of a deal for classical foundationalism as transcendental pre-suppers make it to be?
No. But there are some issues. I'm kind of in the middle.
I feel like you're just giving a response without even just,
I'm just saying, if people think, oh, we could do it this way and this way and this way and this way, therefore all these others are wrong. And no, it's different positions are correct for different reasons, and they get some things right.
Well, I would say answering LSD. So, is really considering the transcendental presupposition of the foundation of determination, is the data really an existential aspect of the fundamentals of LSD? Think about that. Metaphysics Mike says, I think Alex C dropping out of DB is justified. No, not justified. Metaphysics Mike. Not justified. Not justified. He shouldn't be dropping out. It's a very bad move. Is camel urine halal? Said Samuel. Is slave for Christ for life. Yes, camel urine is completely halal. You can drink it and enjoy it and gurgle it when you drink it. You can always enjoy the aftertaste. It's good for diseases and so on. That's what Muhammad says. It's halal. So yeah, there you go. M. McFly, hey Daily Wire. With the midnight oil reference, it's 37 degrees, 99 Fahrenheit here in Melbourne at the moment. There you go, David, in your face. Emo P, life is bad, life is pointless. I am sad, I feel worthless. When I was a young boy,
they made the song. It took me a second. Yeah. The western desert lives and breathes in 45 degrees. That's what I meant. In middle school, I know what the 45 degrees, that sounds cold. But look at this. You're saying 37 degrees is 99 degrees. So 45 degrees is boiling. It would have been good to know that when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I get it. Emo P says, life is bad. Life is pointless. I am sad. I feel worthless. While I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. Is this a song that I don't know of by Emo P? Oh, Emo P. This is me. Emo P. Look at that. Pilgrim's Progress Christian. Have you seen the controversy in Sydney, Australia, where 2 Islamic nurses were sacked for allegedly calling for the death of Israelis live online? Really? That's messed up, man. Gotta look into that. What's this world coming to? Razi, have you guys read The Immortality Key? I recently started reading it. It kind of has some good points about early Christianity in the Roman world. What's that?
Not familiar with that. Is that some Billy Carson stuff?
A book by Brian C. Murarescu. The Secret History of the Religion. Something. Looks kind of weird. Ari Wasserman, what's up, Ari? Happy belated birthday. I think Mojab's day has limp now that Trump said Hamas has to be destroyed if they don't give the hostages back by Shabbat. Yes.
I am interested in seeing what, if anything, happens on Saturday, because they could go a bunch of different directions. Hamas could back down from that, or Hamas could not back down and no one actually does anything about it, or Hamas could not back down and then someone does something in response. Don't know. Multiple possibilities.
That's true. CJ Oceans made a super sticker. Thank you so much. Karen Fisher said, did Muhammad exist? He has no descendants despite having 50 plus wives, according to Zach Butrus.
You have a bunch of people who claim to be descendants of Muhammad.
Yeah. The Quran also says that they mocked him because he couldn't have kids or so. So that's one thing. I don't know.
He supposedly had several kids with Khadijah, and then a son with his slave girl Mary the Copt.
That's true. Materialist David Wood, vocab Mohammed shows up at our debate. I'm here. Powerful. Inshallah. Neil 777777 says, please check meaning of Myron in Malayalam. You really want to make me look that up now? Myron. M-A-I. What is this, man?
I know you're foreign, AP, but it's pronounced moron.
M-A-I-A-R-O-N. I don't find anything when I enter it in Malayalam. Malayalam. It doesn't show me anything. It says Marian. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not typing it right. Welcome back, AP said Drew Taver. Welcome you back. Welcome you back, Drew Taver. How dare you tell me welcome? You welcome. All right, David, anything else?
No.
I know it's an Indian language. Did they discuss Jordan taking in Gazans? We didn't discuss it, but we have seen it. The king of Jordan, before, although a week ago he was saying, if Israel tries to displace Palestinians, this will be a declaration of war and we will fight war with Israel. As soon as he went to meet with Donald Trump, he was like, yeah, we will accept and we will take in thousands of children here. And yeah. But Donald Trump knows what he's doing, and so on. He turned into a little weakling, little boy. So Donald Trump is really, really, really something, man. He's kicking butts. Anyway, David, anything else?
No, I'm looking up Muhammad cartoons for my PowerPoint.
From your what? From your PowerPoint?
For my PowerPoint, for my debate.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Gonna need a good Muhammad cartoon.
In Malayalam, Myron means mother. That's it. Okay, good. Fine. That's good. Okay. Or it means something else. I see. Okay, good. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will be back soon again. Are we going live tomorrow, David?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going live tomorrow, apparently. There's nothing here. You don't see anything here. This is just an illusion.
You free earlier than normal?
Yeah.
Like 6?
Yeah.
Maybe like 6 to 8. 6 to 8. Keep it short. And
Yes.
then I can crack down on getting ready for my debate.
Yeah. That's what they do. All right. We will be live tomorrow once again. And as the popular saying goes,
very rude.
And for those who do not understand goat, here it is once again from our in-house goat, who will translate it for us into the English language.
Stay away from Islam.
He does look like a goat, though, doesn't he?